Beautiful Blitz Creation. That's Christy Robinson. She is a designer. Hey, if you need a Colorado shirt, all you got to do is go over on my community page section. These are the design that she has available. All you got to do is just click on the link. And if you put in Be Watched in the code, you'll get 15% off. This is the style number 3. That's style number 2. That's style number 1. All right. All right. Also, you can go over to my Instagram page. That's bwatts0, and you'll find a link in my bio. All right. All right. That's that. Let's get this show on the road. You just don't do a Wednesday, but hey, I decided I would like to do on Wednesday. Usually do one with Coach Dre every other Wednesday. So hey, but we here. All right. All right. Hey, got a good show tonight. We're gonna talk about the top 6 players that played good against Kansas State this past Saturday. Also, we're going to talk about some upcoming games on the college stage. We got Notre Dame against Georgia Tech. I'm going to ask the guys who they think going to win that one. University of Georgia versus Texas. I'm going to ask them who's going to win that one. Alabama and Tennessee. And also in the Big 12 Conference, that's UCF against Iowa State. I'm going to see what they have to say about those games. And I'm going to bring back rapid fire. I got 10 questions that I'm going to ask them. They got 5 seconds to answer. Ain't no right or wrong answer. And also, we want the chat to participate also in it. So at this time, once again, man, I'm telling y'all, it's gonna be a hot show. I might, if they want to keep it going, I might have to do a little negotiation with them. We're gonna call this show the fellas. How about that? Y'all like that? The fellas. All right, y'all. Hey, you watching Sports Talk? We'll be watching. Let's get this show on the road. All right. All right. Watching Sports Talk with Be Watch Entertainment. I'm your host, Bernard Watt.
We should.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Y'all done all right?
All right.
All right, all right. I'm glad everybody's doing all right. Hey guys, I want to talk about the top 6 players who I think that had a good game. I listed 5, but I left the space open for number 6, and I want to see who y'all think that had a good game against Kansas State, and then we're gonna move in and talk about the upcoming game against Arizona. Like I say, I got a couple games that's on the schedule for this upcoming Saturday. Like I want to see what y'all think about uh, the upcoming college game between Notre Dame against Georgia Tech, University of Georgia, Texas, Alabama, Tennessee, UCF, or Iowa State. And at the end, we're gonna do got a little 10 question. I'm gonna challenge y'all, see what y'all think about doing this rapid fire. Which player who you think had a better career? And also, I want to know Steve Whitland. I'm interested in this question. Who won the trade between the New York Jets and the Buffalo Bills? So that's what we're gonna talk about. It's gonna be a good show, y'all. I just need y'all to participate with us in the chat, if y'all don't mind. While you're at it, hit that like
Be
button,
quiet.
subscribe to the channel. Huh? Subscribe to the channel. And if y'all don't mind. All right, what's going on, R. Jizzle? What's up, Miss Phyllis? Miss Johnson, how you doing? SB, what's going on? Elena, what's up? How y'all doing? Thank y'all for tuning in tonight. Special show tonight. All right, let's get it. All right, look at him. Before we go into my top 6 players, I just want to know. Let's see what y'all think. Which defense gonna show up against Arizona? The defense that played against UCF or the defense that played against Kansas State? Start me off, RJ. I mean JR, then Steve, then Greg. Which defense gonna show up, y'all?
It's gonna be that UCF defense. They gonna show up, man. They feel embarrassed. Coach Prime feel embarrassed. Their coaching staff feel embarrassed. So they gonna show up. It's gonna be that UCF style. How Uncle Steve say, punch him in the mouth. That smash mouth kind of situation on that defense. So them boys, they gonna show up, man. UCF style. They gonna show up ready to play, man.
Either they gonna show up or Coach Brown gonna turn into Nino Brown, and Nino Brown gonna pour some on their head and say cancel them, and I'm gonna get a new one. So they ain't got no choice. Those guys, if you look at it, those guys didn't go out this week. When you win, you get to go out and drop your drop top down and let people look at you and pat you on the back. Oh, they didn't go out this week. Ain't no time to going out. You stayed in your room. You stayed in there. You stayed in that treatment room. Ain't no time for going out, because when people see you, people gonna let you know you didn't meet their expectations. And when you don't meet people's expectations, things happen. And what I saw some hitting. I saw people going back old school, hitting them doing them drills where you hitting them dummies and you moving stuff. And the words that Mr. Lewis was saying, he didn't have a dream. He told him, I got a reality. You gonna do this or you gonna be on the next thing smoking. And they don't want to be on the next thing smoking. So I expect to see the UCF. It's gonna be some lips bleeding and some nose bloody when we come on Saturday.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Miss Robinson. I think what I have, design number 3. I decided.
Okay, you on tonight. I thought you were gonna wear tomorrow. Oh, you got to show your stuff tomorrow. I see what you're talking about. Yeah, how you doing, Steve?
Like I wanted to show that off tonight.
Well, I know how he do it, because I can't show his stuff off because you got the hat. But that's okay. That's another show.
It got here, so I just thought it was right to show. I got design number 3. You say?
Yeah, you got design number 3.
This is I model it. You know what I'm saying? This
You gonna model it tonight? Appreciate it, Greg. Appreciate it, man. You look good in the box.
It looks good on you. It looks good on
you.
Appreciate it.
So I need to rephrase this, because I think your audience got your question confused. So I'm gonna translate this for them. Which defense gonna show up? You said the UCF or Kansas State. What you really meant was, which defense gonna show up? The daytime defense or the nighttime defense? I mean, come on, you gotta make it clear what you really saying. One thing,
Greg, this ain't your show.
I just want to make sure. I'm looking in the chat. And they misunderstood your question.
Okay.
It's after dark.
Hey, I had Big Tiger. Then Big Tiger said, man, I got to work tonight. I can call in. Then I said, then Greg popped up yesterday. I thought about bringing Law Dog. And I said, no, I need to get my bug here. Greg said, go ahead, Greg.
I just wanted to explain it, because I think people confused, because I don't know if they got the notice yet. But while y'all playing Dum Dum Diddy, you got another 10-15 game next week. See, y'all say Greg don't know what he's talking about, but they started stacking these midnight games on y'all. So we're gonna see if Greg know what he's talking about. What defense gonna show up? The daytime defense, that the only day game we had was UCF.
Yeah.
That's the fair comparison.
Right.
And the nighttime game defense, which was the 10-15, I doubt that the nighttime defense show up for the 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock game. So I don't call it the UCF defense. I'm gonna say the daytime defense that's awake, not sleep, and that's who's gonna show up.
All right, yeah.
I knew it was
let's dive into that. Let's dive in. Now, Greg got a good point, man. Do y'all think the time affect they play on the field?
It's hard to call it, man. looking at the game, you would think you think it does. You know, the way they play at night, man, it's definitely a stark difference from that one daytime game that they had from all the other nighttime. It's a stark difference. So
do me a favor,
man.
Do me a favor, JR. We ain't gotta make it complicated. Name one good game they played at night in the last 2 years. 2 years.
He got a good point. He got a good point, JR.
It ain't been none. Not that I can think of immediately now. So it ain't been none.
Every last one of them been. It's a slow. When they played Nebraska last year and they beat the mess out of them, what time did they play?
In the daytime.
Yep.
UCF.
Daytime.
Even TCU.
Greg, you might have something there, but Doc. You might have something there.
God dog it, man.
Greg, you might have.
Hold. Before we go forward. Now name all the worst games they played.
Nah, man, come on. Hey, Uncle Steve, come on, man. Come on.
Washington State.
Give us some clarity on this, Uncle Steve.
Hey, Greg,
come on, man.
at night, all over that night, Greg.
There was no 10-15 games.
Hey, I have to be like on Barbershop. I have to be like on Barbershop. He ain't lying.
Washington State was another Friday night game.
Hey, JR, I saw Steve gonna come in and put the fire. He gonna talk about. He ain't lying.
Arizona. Was they playing the day or night? Last year, when they lost to Oregon State, was they playing the
Steve, I thought you gonna put the fire, bro.
That's rough, man.
That's their
Arizona
job
State.
to put the fire out. It's their job to put the fire out. Because this is one thing I give Michael Irv and them credit for. When back in the days, it didn't make a difference what time they played. They showed up because they was about that life. These young boys here, you know, I don't know they about that life. They always come out that book, all that.
All I know,
you got to be ready.
Ball. When I played ball, our practice time was in the evening. It was not the evening. It was like 3 o'clock to 6.
Okay.
And we didn't do no hour practices. I don't know where they get that. We just gonna practice for an hour and 10 seconds.
But those are rules now.
I thought them the NCAA rules, though, Greg.
Those rules now. You can't.
Right.
Do
But is it a rule that you got to practice in the morning?
No, there's no rule on that. There's no rule on that.
Nah, ain't no rule.
But is it
they got to go to class, though, Greg.
I went to class. Yeah, I didn't flunk out.
Well, we can't tell, but that's another story.
I can't tell I didn't flunk out. Look, hey. I finished in 4 years.
Hey, okay. I get
2 different schools. Hey, I hated it enough to finish in 4 years.
Okay.
That's fantastic.
So what I'm saying is I've never heard of nobody practicing like 9 or 10 in the morning. And the reason why, now that would work if they treated you like everybody else. Everybody else play every week at 1 o'clock. You know, big noon come on, you playing. You might play a 3 o'clock game every now, and you might play 1 or 2 night games the whole season.
But Greg, the problem is this: you got an opponent who playing at the same time.
What do you mean?
What I mean is this one here: the opponent ready for the game.
That's true. But let's look at the opponent's history. Have they played 6 out of 8 night games?
Let's go this way, Greg. I don't care if they play every game at night. If you talking about going to the next level and you talking about succeeding in life, you make the difficult things easy. And you make it easy by playing hard. If they went in there and you can shake your head all you want to. If they go in there and they play hard-nosed football, smash-mouth football, it changes everything. All that other stuff that's mind over matter. When you get in there, you handle your business.
Hey, you don't play smash my football while you sleep.
Let's stop this here. They get woke up pretty quick. When Travis got hit on that shoulder, he woke up. When Jimmy got hit on that, they wake up. When 2 go back there and they hit, you wake up. So that sleep stuff ain't gonna work. At the end of the day, if you go out there and you're not ready to play, that's on you. That goes on them players. You got to be ready to play. You see what they're doing. To me, even when they move the goalpost, I'm moving too. This is chess, not checkers. So we're not going to come on here and use, I understand what you're saying, but you have a valid point. But the point is this: CU know what they're doing. Get ready and handle your business.
And that's the point. They got to make the adjustment because
Thank you.
clearly they ain't making the adjustment. I'm not talking about your ability to play. I'm not talking about you playing hard or not. I'm talking about you being strategized against. You gotta change your strategy. That's what we talking about. Strategy. We ain't talking about did you get hit? Did you wake up when you got hit? Did you wake up in the bed?
Oh, I get you. But Greg said it. You're on point. Everything you
Yeah, he
said,
on
I'm
point,
agreeing
man.
with
You got a good
you.
point.
You got not a good point. You got facts to back up what you're saying. Their performance has not matched those night games, and that's a problem. And if you see that, you have to do something different.
Correct.
You have to go and say, because what you can do, Nick Saban now played night games. You got all of these friends that they played night games. What did y'all do to make y'all successful? And
I want to know who played
implement.
6 out of 8 though. I know everybody got night games, but do 95% of your games be night games?
Greg, but
that is, hold on. Greg, don't you think it's the network doing that thing?
It is
because Colorado. But I know Greg, they trying to get that money. They know Coach Prime and Colorado is on the West Coast, so they want to put the teams on the East Coast in front, and then they can put them on the back because they really trying to satisfy the people in Colorado because their time zone is 2 hours back or 4 hours back. But I understand what you're saying. You ain't talking about that. You want the players to practice at night so they can get familiar with the light.
I also point out you fell asleep during the game, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and you on the East Coast, right?
But Greg, I'm on the East Coast.
I don't watch them same games. Hey, I don't watch them same games leaning and rocking with it.
You been saying doing what?
You making no money, making me watch a game that started at 10:15. You can't tell me that's a money grab because you putting half of the country to sleep. So you really losing money.
But Greg, it's a report came out today about the people that watch the game. It was almost 5 million people watch that game.
Yeah,
and it was that they came in number 2 in 10 years.
Yep.
But that's every game they play.
That's the network.
I'm saying every game they play, they breaking records. Whether they play at 1 o'clock in the morning or 1 o'clock at night.
You answered the question. The networks ain't getting other
teams. They don't have to play at night.
The networks ain't getting other games to have that many viewerships during those time periods. And when you got a team that can get you that, you gonna put that team in there because that's money. More viewership, you sell more endorsements and sponsorships and stuff like that. That's a money grab. See, you
and also play. Colorado get a check from that, ain't it?
But they getting paid now.
So that's why they ain't trying to change it.
Yeah, they get revenue from those time slots.
So it's like the network. Let's say the network is benefiting from, which I doubt. But
wait. Do you do know about endorsements and sponsorships? That's how they get their money. Doritos and a Gatorade, they pay them to get during those time slots. That's just like the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but B. Watts missed a lot of Doritos. B. Watts missed a lot of Doritos. He could have got a lot more Doritos if the game started at 8. They might would have got him Doritos.
See, you ain't getting the Doritos. Hey, Greg, you're beating a dead horse. You're beating a dead horse.
That was a lie.
I'm just saying, you're beating a dead horse. The game's are already scheduled.
Yeah, it just got scheduled like yesterday.
Yeah, it got scheduled yesterday.
The game got scheduled yesterday.
They're scheduled.
I'll say this.
Go ahead, JR. Go ahead, JR. Y'all let JR get in there.
Y'all valid points on both sides.
Greg,
I agree with you, Greg.
I do too.
Something in the operations of that program got to change. Based on what you just said, by listing off several night games and how the team has responded in those games. So something within the operations has to change. And Uncle Steve, I agree with you as well. Be ready for the moment, seize the moment. Be ready for the moment. Come out, play a style of football, whatever that style is defined as, play that style. And that's what they got to do. And then B-Watch, you're right. The networks, they getting their worth. 5 million viewerships in a non-prime time spot. So You can't beat that.
Who else
You
gonna bring
collected
that
on
to
the
them?
prime time and you collecting after prime time. So the networks can't beat that. They happy and they pockets fat. So
yeah.
Let me ask y'all something else about the moment. Speaking of the moment, because I know everybody mentioned the moment. I've been using that word too. And one thing I want to ask y'all about the moment. Do you think Colorado, this is real? Let's be real, because I could have waited till tomorrow, but we're gonna talk about Arizona tomorrow. I don't know. But let me ask you this. I gotta get this off my chest. Do y'all feel that CU really recognize what that moment was?
Hey, Greg, I thought about the same thing when yesterday when JR and Steve told me how really important that game was
They missed it.
Saturday, and they lost. They
They
want to
missed it.
control their own destiny, but now we got to depend on somebody else.
I
And
don't know what
today,
they did.
I think I text y'all in the group. I watch ESPN at work on my phone. They already done put up the team that they think gonna make the playoff. And Coach Dre and JR, y'all said it. They predicting Reese Davis said it's gonna be 5 teams from the SEC gonna make the playoff, and 3 teams from the Big Ten gonna make the playoff,
That's
and
8.
3 teams from the ACC gonna make the playoff, and 1 team from the Big 12.
Yep.
That's amazing, bro.
No, it won't be 3 teams from the ACC because a team
Yeah,
like
look, they had Clemson.
because a team like Notre Dame or something is gonna do it.
No, hear me out now. I'm telling you what they had. They had it on them.
I don't care what they say.
They
If
had,
Notre
they had,
Dame lose one
they
game, Notre
had
Dame is
Clemson.
going.
They had Miami, and they had one more. I forgot who it
Pittsburgh.
was.
Clemson,
Pittsburgh,
Clemson,
Pitt.
because Clemson ain't lost number 1 game.
I
Clemson
said,
gonna lose
man.
2 games.
And then they had one Georgia State from the outside.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they said if stop right now. That'll be the
But
thing. They
what
have
about
5.
Liberty? What about Liberty them? Liberty, Memphis them?
They got Georgia State in that independent thing. That's who they
Okay, but see,
that's the team they put out there.
Notre Dame is the dark horse because if Notre Dame lose 1 or 2 games, Notre Dame will be ranked up there pretty high too. So they'll take an ACC slot from them.
I don't know.
I don't know. I think that early loss to Northern
Yeah,
Illinois.
hey, that was
That put a pin in Notre Dame.
No, but if Notre Dame beats, they got a big game, Michigan and something else. If they win those games,
I think
they
they
take
gonna lose.
1
Notre
game.
Dame we're gonna talk about this later. Notre Dame's gonna lose against Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
Georgia
still
Tech
got
good.
USC,
Georgia
Michigan.
Tech
I
good.
mean, they still got some teams to play, but
Okay,
they
all
not
right.
ranked
All
no
right.
more.
Greg, you through? You don't got that off?
No,
You sit?
I'm looking at the chat. I'm looking at the chat because what I'm saying is this. It's important because I was at the game, right? And people think I'm lying a lot about the environment and stuff. And I listen to other content creators and we like see you, even though it was very early in conference play, like you like 2-0. You're not 4-0 with like 2 games left. You like 2-0, and you still got a lot ahead of you, but you was in a position to be with a 2, 3.
That what we talking about yesterday, yeah.
So you knew you really ain't have much room to lose because at least 1 or 2 of them could possibly stay undefeated, at most lose 1 game. Correct. So if you lose 1 game early, and you got the pressure on you where you can't slip up at all, and you at the top of the schedule.
Right.
You make it all the way to the end. Let's say you lost 1 at the end or in the conference championship, you different. Then we add the whole playoff conversation. I'm gonna be real with y'all, man. I think that CU have not been aiming to make the playoff, and I think that's what makes you.
Man, I said that when I was by myself Monday. Everybody they concentrate on the bowl game.
Right.
Man, that shit. But excuse me, that was fun match on him, Greg. They were like pulling my teeth yesterday. I had Dr. Woodler and Dr. JR. But listen though, Greg, I'm saying the same. I'm agreeing with you, bro. They look like the content creators and some people, they satisfied with a bowl game. No, 7-5. 7-5 was last year's team.
Hey, what I'm saying is this here.
7-5 was last year's team. This year I want to win the Big 12.
B Watts, you got to start You got to, when you're dealing with young men, you don't want to bust it.
Man,
Okay. Well, go on your direction, sir.
I'm just telling you how I feel. When
That's
I
how
looked at the
that,
team last
that's
year,
how
big
B
dog.
Watch. That's how you think. But what you got to realize, if you go on there and you're saying you want to go for the playoffs and you lose X amount of games, then those kids will turn around, the season's over. If you start and say, let's win, let's get a bowl game means that you could be 6-2 and still you made the bowl game. You
But who
6-2.
cares about a
Now,
bowl game?
That's what I tried to tell them. They ain't gonna play nobody.
Can I proceed? Can I proceed? Can I go? You're 6-2. You'd have made the bowl game. Now Coach Prime say we've accomplished our first goal. Now let's go win the Big 12, because that's our second goal. Now you're going after the Big 12. You win the Big 12, let's do this playoff thing. So it's steps to this. What you don't want to do with a team that Coach Prime really they don't have at the beginning of the season, because you got such a big turnover. You don't have a feel for that team at the beginning because of the fact that you got new guys coming in. You don't know how they're going to gel. You're not going to know like they did last year. A lot of them turned it in and just stopped playing. So you don't want to fall into that. So you do small steps. This is what I'm thinking. You do small steps. And with the small steps, now once you start accomplishing stuff, it's like, I think I can. Now I accomplished this. I accomplished the bowl. Now let's go after the Big 12. That's all I'm thinking. So I just throw that back at y'all.
But my mindset was, if you win enough games to go to the playoff and you fall short, don't you not automatically have the bowl?
I'm with
I believe in shooting high. I don't shoot low and then try to climb up.
you. That's it.
High,
Look,
they say you shoot for the stars.
Okay. Hold on. JR, then Steve, then we'll let Greg finish it out. What were your expectations record-wise for this team after you seen the pieces that Coach Prime done put together? Record was gonna be before the season started, and now, and you see right now how the conference, how Arizona's playing, how Oklahoma State playing, Utah playing, them teams that don't look like how we expect them to be first start of the season. So tell me, what were your predictions for their season starting out?
beginning of the year, my prediction, it was a modest prediction. It was 7-5, honestly. I had them going 7-5, 8-4. Just from a continuity standpoint, Pat Shurmur was in the building, but how involved was he with play calling last year? I know towards the latter end of the year, he was calling plays, but you're still bringing in new players. You're bringing in new defensive coordinator who was unproven at the time. You're bringing in new defensive coaches to go along with that coordinator. So it was a lot to be unproven. And so I went with 7-5 because I knew Shedeur can get you 7 wins flat out. He's that type of quarterback. He go out there, he can win you 7 games off of his attributes and his talent alone. Now it's the rest of the pieces, offensive line play, defensive line play, all the construct to be put together. And so that was my conclusion, 7-5, and then at the top, 9-3.
B-Watch, when I started, I said 7-5, 8-4. But see, the reason I stated that was because of this here. I didn't have the confidence in the coaching as far as when it pertained to offensive coordinator. And hear me, and I'm not saying he's not a good offensive coordinator. I just didn't have the confidence saying that he was going to make those moves that needed to be made and command that room into a place in which they dominated, where you utilize two strengths. I'm going to give you an example. Look at the University of Indiana right now, undefeated. And they don't have the talent nearby what CU has. Let me go another one. Navy, 6-0. Army, 6-0. Let's go. Nevada, 5-1. I'm going on teams where offensive coordinators, and you can even go with Kansas State. I'm going with teams with offensive coordinators that can really go out and get it. And it ain't the saying we got the talent. It's the schemes. I'll tell y'all something, and do me a favor. Google Ben Johnson with the Detroit Lions, that offensive coordinator. I watched him on YouTube. I watched him for an hour and 30 minutes. His schemes on offense. They got a thing out there. The man has a tutorial when they going on all of their games, and they went over all of their schemes and how they do things. It's beautiful. They line them up closely, and he runs that ball, and he gets those receivers open and everything else, and it's a beautiful football. All I'm saying is this one here. Schematics and having emphasis on utilizing Two's ability with the team, not making Two be the savior, but using Two as a complement to the defense. And I'll leave it as that.
So be wise. So I'm hearing something, and I think that's the real. I think y'all being real, and so I'm hearing that fans. I know some people say last year, that's cute. Some people say, we don't want to get our hopes up. I heard that all off season. So y'all expectations really factoring in. You don't really believe in the coaching staff.
No, I didn't say that. I said one coordinator. I was fine with everything else because I knew on the defense, as long as with the talent that they had on that defense, because I watched them young men at the other schools. I just didn't think that when it came to the offense, I just didn't like what I was hearing. Two got to do this. Two got to sizzle. Two got to do this. That ain't going to work. If you're throwing the ball 40 times, even Mahomes, they killed Mahomes in the Super Bowl when he did. Tampa Bay killed him in the Super Bowl. If all you're going to do is go back and pass the ball, you're going to get killed. Because any good coach can defend a team that all they do is pass the ball. Any good coach. Because I'm going to get hits off your quarterback. And if I get enough hits off your quarterback, he's going to get alligator arms and he's going to start seeing stuff. I don't care who you are.
So what I'm saying, the fact is we don't, because I know when we first started talking in the beginning of in the winter with B Watts, and the people was asking about projections, and that was based off who we thought were coming in. Some of us were saying 10-2, that's the ceiling. They really can go high. We like who really can beat them, and then as now it's like people start saying 7-5 and 8-4. We was like, who are y'all expecting to beat them? So what we really was saying was, we didn't feel, even though it wasn't our ignorance of the conference, we felt that we had the ability to beat those games. But when I hear somebody say you're going to lose 5, that to me, what I was saying was that's an underachievement for the level of skills that we have. Because you claim you got multiple first rounders on the team, top 5 on the team. You claim you got all these pro coaches. You claim you got all this experience in all these like all-star unit of defensive linemen, the what they call them, like Spider-Man and all them coming in from all these different teams, and it's like so I'm thinking you putting together that kind of D-line, you got that counter, you got the best receiver core in the country, the best quarterback, you got Travis Hunter. How do you sit up and say you willing to say you're gonna lose half your games? So it's like, what are you really saying? If it can't be the players. So you really saying the coaches is not up to par? Like, let's be real.
No.
Is it lining up with what you expected?
No,
you cannot have 2 players.
Again, Greg.
You cannot have 2 players up for a Heisman Trophy candidate and go 7-5.
Well, let me stop you. They're not Heisman Trophy candidates because to me it's this one here. Heisman Trophy candidates. Al Farouk was saying that stuff, and I listened to him. And I said, "Hey, you're missing this point. You're a Heisman candidate if you're going on that stage. Now you're a candidate. Somebody just mentioning your name means absolutely nothing. They can name anybody for a Heisman Trophy candidate. Now, well, let's stop again, sir. If you go on that stage, now you're a candidate because you're able to win. You can't win if the 3 people on that stage and you're not on that stage. So I'm not giving you a Heisman Trophy candidate if you don't get to the stage. So we
hold on, Steve. So you don't Travis Hunter? So it's not he's not a Heisman candidate.
You're not hearing what I'm saying. When he get on that stage, he's a Heisman Trophy candidate.
No. Oh, you saying that's what I'm saying right now? He's not damn good.
No. You hear what I'm saying? To make that argument, because the guy who said that argument initially, I agree with his argument. If they do have 2 Heisman Trophy candidates that go on that stage, they should not be no 7-5 because it'll be pretty much impossible. Because to get 2 of them on there, you got to be either undefeated or 11-1. to get to the stage. Now, if we just gonna say they Heisman Trophy candidates, and then come out when they lose, see, I don't like people trying to have it both ways. And then when they don't go on the stage and they lose 5 games, well, they can't do that because you can't have that kind of talent. Well, you don't have that kind of talent because the people said they're not the nominees. Because these are the people who are the nominees. That's all I'm saying.
We're not talking about nominees. We're talking about the quality of talent on the team.
Yeah.
To even be mentioned. Everybody's not mentioned.
We could mention 30 people for
but it's not 30 people. It's top 10.
It's all wordplay.
We can mention nominees. We can mention 30. We can go to I can go to Alabama, I can go to Georgia, I can go to that boy at Boise State. I can go all over for it.
But it's the same top 10 on everybody's list. It's always been the same top 10.
Okay, you can name it whatever you want to. There ain't no just top 10 because they didn't have the boy in Boise State as a top 10 till he started tearing stuff up.
Yeah, look, I'm gonna say it's all about wordplay, right? Candidate, nominee, Heisman worthy,
Absolutely.
So those are some of the things that you'll hear during the offseason. Heisman potential, things like that. And Greg, you said it goes based off of your play. So based off your play the previous year, then you come back in and they make this Heisman worthy, Heisman nomination or a Heisman presentation for their star players based on your record of play pretty much from the previous year. That's how you get, bumped into those top 10 categories across FS1 and ESPN and all these other sources. But what I will say is that to answer your first question, Greg, yeah, man, I didn't trust the coaching staff. From the top. Hey, I'm a supporter of Coach Prime. I see the vision, but things got to come together. And as a traditionalist of football, I understand Coach Prime going to do it his way, but there's still building blocks and stepping stones that you got to get to. You hear about teams taking those tough losses and things like that. That was a tough loss for Colorado last Saturday.
Right.
That's one of them building block losses that next time that the team is in that type of situation, you hope they don't make that same mistake. So they're going through those building blocks right now, building up that program, building up those players that they plan on bringing back next year. But man, to win that game, that would have been all right. We can fast forward a little bit in the process. We building the program. We can fast forward a little bit. Maybe we can skip a step or two going through the process because we've learned something about the team in the direction that they're going. So they learned something in the loss, and they learned that, a lot of these guys probably did not see the game as important as it should have been.
And you know why? You just said why. I'm going to say something crazy, all right? I'm just going to give y'all the warning. Everybody in the chat, get ready for Greg.
Go ahead, get into it, Doctor.
All right. He just said it. It ain't me. He just said it. He just don't realize.
I'm trying to put it on me. Look, see
no.
now.
Hey, Greg.
This is what's going on.
Hey, Greg. Before you get it, can you lean back? There it is. Bam. All right, come on with it.
Don't say Georgia Tech in Colorado. So don't be mad at me when I say what I'm about to say. I had to pay my own way to Colorado. I ain't getting no NIL deal. Let me tell y'all something. But y'all did. Thanks to y'all. Y'all paid my way. But let me tell y'all something. The reason why Colorado lost that game on Saturday is exactly what you just said. Because the expectation was too low. It's not what happened after the game that's going to change them. It's their mentality before those type games that will make them say, I can't lose this game. But when you say, I can go 7-5, 8-4, that's a good season. I can give up a close game or 2 or 3 or 4, and I'm still good. But because you're undefeated in the conference, so you feel like you got room to lose. But when your expectations up here, I don't have room to lose. If I lose, it's because I lost. It's not because I could have lost. Because when I play with the expectation that we're going to win this conference, you're going to win that close game because everybody mentality, coaches included, is, no, we're not losing this game. It's not, I can lose the game. Everything's still ahead of me. I can lose the game. We still better than what we was last year. We still can go to a bowl game. Forget a bowl game. We got to win this game because we are a championship team, and we don't get to the championship losing this game with a 4-point lead with a couple minutes left. We don't have an option to lose this game. It's not an option.
So when you lose that game and you have that
I
mindset,
agree with you, Greg.
hey, so you
Valid
lose
point.
that game with that mindset, then what do you tell your team?
But you didn't lose that game with that mindset.
No. The question is again, sir, if you lose that game, because a lot of teams, Alabama and a lot of teams have that mindset to still lose. Georgia had that mindset to still lose. So when you lose that game, then what?
We're not talking about ifs. I'm telling you.
They did. They did.
No. They lost that game with the mindset I described.
So you're telling me about an if then. If you got an if, then I got an if too.
Well, have your if. I got mine. And I'm telling you, I was at the game, and I'm telling you, I'm gonna tell you, I wish we all was at the game together. I wish we was at the game together. It was one point I turned around in the stadium. It was Colorado people that I said, is this how y'all always play? I said, is this how y'all always are? The crowd was not behind the team.
I get that.
They only cheered when they did something good.
Hey, I heard the same thing, man.
They did something good. That's not a winning mentality. You don't win like that. They didn't believe. Now I know half of the people there are like me. Half of the people there like me. They weren't born a Colorado fan. They wasn't that one day years old at football game. Half of the people, the last 2 games I've been to in a row, I sat by people with Colorado gear on who didn't know nothing about Colorado. What about that number 12 guy? They asking me questions. So I'm thinking like another guy was dogging Colorado out with a Colorado shirt on at UCF game. So I'm saying, okay, that makes sense because we got a lot of spectators here. We got a lot of people in disguise here. But I'm saying from a crowd standpoint, from a content creator standpoint, from a coach standpoint, from a player standpoint, when your bar is low, losing is an option. It's not an option thing. Losing is an option. And when losing is an option, you're going to lose close games. You might win some of them, like we did with Baylor, but you're going to lose a tough game because you wasn't really committed to that thing. It was an option to lose. So and that's the mentality that they had.
Every game, I like what you're saying, Mr. Greg said.
It makes sense.
But the point is this: every team is gonna. Every team has a propensity to lose. You're playing a team. You ain't gonna have every game talking about you going undefeated. Look at the fact Vanderbilt beat 2 teams that no one would have ever thought they'd beat. So it's going to happen. I get what you're saying. I will go with you on this one, there, Greg. Coach Prime mindset ain't no thinking small. Coach Prime thinks up here. And I'm gonna say this here so we don't get off of this here. When it comes to Coach Prime's vision and things like that, Coach Prime has done this before. Everywhere he's gone, he's taken ragged teams and changed them and turned them to champions. So this ain't nothing new to Coach Prime. Coach Prime is gonna do that. He's gonna see you making plenty of money. So money ain't an issue no more. He's taking care of that. They're making plenty of revenue. The team is turning around. You're looking at a quality team now. The only difference I will say is this one here. What hurt Coach Prime was this. When he didn't get that guy from the Arizona State coach for his offensive coordinator, that set him back, period, because he got everything else. If he would have got that guy at Arizona State as the offensive coordinator, it would have been a different ball game for CU because of the fact of what the offense that they'd have been bringing back. So that's the only thing I will say on that. Pat Schumer, I will say this one here. He did a great job against UCF as far as the game plan. He better get back to it. But I would ask Coach Prime this. Coach Prime has an offensive coordinator that's there, that's sitting up there coaching them tight ends, that was at Jackson State, that had a very high octane offense. I would be asking that gentleman and Mr. Phil Lodeholt, if it's me, I will bring them into my office and I will have them present to me certain plays that we could be running that would be successful for this team, because I would always have bullets in my gun.
They always Coach Prime already said they all meet in a room in a table and put the game plan together though.
I don't need that, because what's going on right now, the failure right now is the continuity for the offense. And the offense is not the players. I'm gonna tell you this now. If Army can run the football, if Navy can run the football, if Indiana can run the football, if Nevada can run the football, these teams ain't got none of the size that CU has. And they don't have the talent CU have, but they undefeated, except one of them. So
I'll try to sum up just some of what you said. So it sounds like to me what Greg was saying, trust in the coaching staff. Cause quite frankly, come on now. We didn't know what the coaching staff was going to look like coming into this year. We didn't know. And then identity of the team. What is the identity of the Colorado Buffaloes? Because all those other teams that you listed, Navy, Army, Indiana, they have an identity. You can look at that team. That's their identity. We know what kind of team they are. You know, and we're trying to figure out an identity of what Colorado is. I mean, we could say, yes, they're a passing team or a finesse team or, you know, whatever the case may be. You know, I would go with a passing team. So if you're going to live by the sword, you will die by the sword. That's kind of the mentality that they're taking right now. But it seems like based off of some of the well-off I was able to view today, I mean, I guess it seems like enough is enough, at least for Pat Shurmur. So we'll see what comes of that. But we, as fans, I think we all kind of struggle with like, all right, man, what's their identity going to be?
But I'm going to say this. Coach Prime Shador at Jackson State was part of a true generational air raid offense, and they had over 1,000-yard rusher with one not far behind. So it doesn't excuse that, but I'm gonna acknowledge some things that's been said in the chat and Mr. Woodland brought up. And let's be very clear, because we're gonna compare apples to apples around here. We're not gonna say all fruit is fruit. Okay, so you're going to throw Georgia and Alabama in there. First of all, Georgia and Alabama, when they lose a game, they're losing the game with a culture. They're losing the game with national championships behind them. They're losing the game. Their fans don't sit on their butt. Go to a UGA game and see if somebody can tell you to sit down and see what happened to them. I was at a game, lady told everybody to sit down. And they sat down like it was at church. Okay, I'm saying, okay, and then everybody sat down. They only got up on third down. Only. All right, when it's a touchdown. Okay, you go to Alabama. Okay, they lose to a team. They are ranked in the top 10 when they lose. And they still stay in the top 10. So and they can lose to an unranked team and still stay in the top 10 and still go to the playoff. All right, because they're the SEC. So don't talk to me about when Alabama lose. Yes, when Alabama lose, they're losing for a whole different reason. They're not losing because of their culture. They're not losing because of their climate. They lost because they lost focus or they took a team for granted. Colorado situation is not that. Colorado situation is they got to do what JR said. It has to be a standard set, an identity set before you can even say what you're going to do, or else anything goes. If we win, okay. If we lose, it's okay. Because if we don't really have our standard, my standard is, we playing week by week. That sound good. We're going to be 1-0 each week. That sound good. But when you don't play like that, then are you really using that philosophy? Because if this is the only game I'm focused on, and I'm not thinking about no other game or any past game, if I put all my focus and resources there, do you see that many real wheel routes get ran on you in the same game? It get ran on you at the end of the game after it don't happen multiple times. If your focus is really there, but when you like, I've done good enough, they say it's no moral victory.
Greg, but you're kind of going two ways with it to me. And I'll say it this one here. Coach Prime teaches dominating all the time. His coach is dominate. That's what he believes in, to dominate. Now, I will tell you this one here. You're saying you won't get beat on the wheel route. Every team that played get beat. Just look at the games. Name some great. You can name a great team. Even Oregon. Oregon was doing such a great day, undefeated, but they still, Ohio State was whooping their head on certain plays. You're going to get beat on certain plays, period. Because you got
same play.
It's same. It don't make a difference. It's same play.
Very big difference.
When they get you, they get you. And with that one, you can say all you want to. I watched Alabama and Georgia, and everybody said they're the cream of the crop. And they were, when it was 28-0, Georgia came back, beat them by the same play. Alabama, same play, right over the top. They did it. Ryan got a ball. Ryan went again, right over the top. You're going to get beat when you got players going against each other. You're going to get beat. Now, to the extent, if you're saying last year, the stuff that they did, what Washington State did, just had Camardi over there and ran him around in that washing machine, just doing the same play. I get that. But this year, you see a total difference. They get beat on that wheel route. But the reason they get beat on that wheel route, I truly believe they need to make a personnel change. Wester needs to be the one in that game because right now Bentley can't move to get to that play like he should. And it could be because his foot or whatever the case may be. So I think some things they need to do as far as personnel change, but
you just confirmed it though. You just confirmed. And I wasn't trying to harp on that one point. I just brought up that one point because when you use the mindset of we're playing this one game at a time, then you know that team, that's what they're going to do. Just like we knew that UCF was going to do it. And it happened in UCF. Even though it happened. And it's happened consistently. So what I'm saying is if your philosophy is really one game at a time, you know the specifics of that game. You know the tendencies of that team. And they're not going to get away with it the whole game. Somebody mentioned in the chat, somebody show me when it happened. It only happened once. You're a once lie. It happened more than once. He dropped the ball on one. He dropped the ball on one. Yep, you're right. Hey, it definitely shouldn't have happened at the end of the game.
Yeah, you're cooking now. You're cooking now. Now, what I was saying to that is this one here. That's where we said when it pertained to the wins and losses. I'll put it this way. When you get to the point where you won't make changes, to me, I'm gonna give you Nick Saban. Nick Saban had Lane Kiffin, and Lane Kiffin can coach offense. You can say whatever you want to. When it comes to offensive scheme, Lane Kiffin can dial it up. But Lane Kiffin went in there. Google Lane Kiffin and Nick Saban getting on Lane Kiffin. What you're going to see, Nick Saban, they threw the ball 3 times in a row. Nick Saban went over there in his face and said, "Now, God dog Lane, now we're not going to have this. If you don't run the ball the next play, then I got a problem." And he was in his ear. And Lane thought it was slick. Lane would go to the side and look like he ignored him. And you saw Nick Saban get closer and closer. Now, God, he put his arm and God dog it, we going to run. We're not going to pass the ball again. And he sat there and looked at it. And Alabama ran the ball 6 times in a row. Your coach got to step in at times and say, like Coach Prime knew they shouldn't have been in that nickel. They knew they shouldn't have been at pressing when that touchdown came at the end of the game. He said it. Coach Prime got to step up and say, "Stop it. Time out. We changing out of this." He got to. That's on him.
Why didn't they ever go to a 3-4 or something like that? Because
I agree with
I'm thinking like
you're up by 4. You can only lose by a touchdown. I'm with you.
You keep everything in front of you. You back everybody, almost like a semi
prevent defense.
I think they trying to stop that run, Greg. I think that way.
You can't lose on the run.
They get in front of you.
Everybody's in front of you.
Yeah.
You can't lose on the run. They do that run, and then you got a chance for a fumble. You can't lose on that run.
I understand that. I'm talking about what they were thinking. Only way you can have all your players up there on the line, you trying to stop that quarterback.
You don't need all your players. They're not going to run that ball.
I understand. I'm agreeing with you. I'm telling you about them.
And if you thought that, then you got a problem.
That's what they were thinking.
They got a problem. That's a problem.
I think a little bit of it was just one. Yeah, they trying to stop the run. I mean, look, 31.
You're up by 4.
He beat
You're up by 4 with 2 minutes to go.
I'm agreeing with you. I agree with you.
I understand, but what I'm trying to just explain
and
the
Travis out the game.
Of possibly the coaching staff. Look, the running back been tearing us up all game.
I don't care. Travis is out the game. You're up by 4. You're up by 4.
We agreeing with you, Steve.
We agree.
What we think about them.
You're up by 4.
And you have all your 7 men on the defense line.
But the running back been getting off. The formation comes out and they in 22 personnel. you got so much faith in your back end. You got so much faith in your corners.
Travis ain't back there.
They was also lining up. They also was lining up the running back at receiver.
You done got beat out that wheel so many times. Ain't no way in the world I'm doing that.
Think about this. Think about this. Throughout the year, how many big plays has the cornerbacks for Colorado given up?
When Travis is out there,
the amount of times it's been like 2, maybe 3.
Right.
So
Coach and Hood gave up more than 3. But that's another story. Not Coach and Hood. I'm sorry.
I can.
Not Hood.
The
other guys. They giving up more than 3.
I can think of 2, maybe 3. And I believe they all came on Hodge, if I'm not mistaken.
No, they did in Nebraska, in Baylor.
Nebraska, North Dakota State. Every game they done gave us some big plays. Every game, North Dakota State.
But I'm talking about the type of plays that's gonna give a touchdown.
That's
During
what
Nebraska,
happened in Baylor.
They didn't give up no bomb down the field for a touchdown.
They didn't give up
North Dakota. I have to go to North Dakota State. That is in North Dakota State. North Dakota State. That guy did hit a bomb on them.
They gave up a bomb down the field.
2 in Baylor.
Yeah, a 2 against Baylor. And then they gave up one during UCF. What's his name had one when they went.
And I'm gonna have to go to North Dakota State. They did North Dakota State, and Nebraska hit them with one. They got a pass interference down there on the 5. Yeah, they got lit up.
That's a pass interference. That's not a touchdown. You see where I'm going with this? So as a coaching staff, let me finish. As a coaching staff, you believe in your back end. Hey, our guys gonna be able to hold up back there. Why do you think they playing man? They playing man because they feel as though their talent on the back end can hold up.
That's what they
because
thought.
they didn't feel that. Guess what they'll be in? They would be in zone all the time.
Yeah, I don't.
A team that's in zone all the time, they don't believe in the back end. That's why they in zone. They playing man because they know we got the athletes on that side. But unfortunately, the young man made a pass that a lot of us thought he could not make.
But he made the quarterback at Baylor, and so did the quarterback at North Dakota.
Wait.
They make the pass.
But the point is, you're up by 4. You're up by 4. He can't make the pass if somebody's over the top.
2 plays before that, they throw it deep on McKinney's side,
and he was beat again.
Did you get that one? He missed it. He overthrew him, and so that's what the coaching staff looking at. Is he gonna be able to make that play on our guys?
And they did.
Yeah, he did.
That should have woke him up. Really, that play should have woke him up. That play, that should have woke you up.
The best athlete.
Hold up. Let's redo this.
Definitely, I agree 100%. I agree with what y'all saying. I'm just trying to let y'all know maybe that's the mindset of the team. That's why they play man so much. We believe.
I get that.
Hold on. Steve, let him finish. Then you go.
We believe in Hood. They believe in those guys. We believe in Hodge. We gonna play man. They got beat on their own belief. That happens. That's football. That's what you do. You learn from it. Now, if it's another situation like that, and we up 4, and they bring out a 22 personnel on another team, and they think they're gonna run it, we would expect to see something different now. All right, well, either you playing the corners back. I was surprised Hodge was playing so close. He playing press, didn't put his hands on him. You know, those things like that. But what can you do? You believe in the guys, and then you keep it moving.
JR, did not the same thing cost us the game at Baylor?
Damn near, but we won.
The exact same. No, because we made it to overtime.
Damn near, but
we made it to overtime. If we had made it to overtime instead of throwing that bomb down the sideline and Marta kicked the field goal, we probably would have won this one too. But I'm saying it's the identical situation that we can't say it ain't happened before, because it's these 9 routes up the sideline. They ain't running nothing but straight go routes on our boys.
Look, to this point right here. Before number 1 caught that ball, he had 5 catches and he was under 60 yards.
Yep.
5 catches under 60 yards. Do the math. Do the average. So if you thinking statistically, he ain't gonna get off like that. He ain't gonna get out. He had a touchdown, but he had a touchdown on
But
a little
what was the
But
defense?
JR,
What was the
and
defensive
Greg,
formation
but
in
Steve,
those other plays? What was
hold on.
seven people on the line?
But hold on. He the only wide receiver that was catching the ball on CU.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why I said they could have had Hood on him instead of the other guy. But like I say, but like you said though, JR, the dude, excuse me, he made a heck of a throw.
He made a heck of a throw.
He just caught the ball.
What other option did he have? What other option did he have?
Who?
What other option did that quarterback and that offense coordinator had down by 4 with 3 minutes left than the bomb? That's just like losing on a Hail Mary, like when Baylor lost us.
That's what it was.
Why did we have 9 people on the line?
I know they should have went to a zone, Greg. They shouldn't have been in that formation.
We agree, but that's just part of the game. How many timeouts did Kansas State had? They could have ran the ball.
So when you go back and look at it, Greg, look who on the field for Kansas State. They got 2 tight ends on the field. They thought it was gonna be a run.
That's maximum protection. That's maximum protection.
And it don't matter who on the field, who I'm playing against. If it's the end of the game and you got to score, what defense am I going in?
You going zone?
We know.
You go zone. You go to
deep zone.
I don't get the ball.
We're gonna play
you get a field goal, but what you ain't finna do is throw the ball in the end zone.
I agree.
In the end zone before I let you.
I agree.
Especially
they died
with
by
the
that
pass
man
rush
coverage.
that BJ Green was doing. Especially with the pass rush that he was doing. He was putting pressure on that
quarterback. Yeah, he was. I think Coach Prime said in he was mad at the defense coordinator while he was in that coverage.
No, he said it.
He said that. The appeal and said we ain't did in practice, why we doing it now?
Yeah. I mean, look.
He said he told him.
He told him. Coach Prime said he told him.
Coach Prime was on it.
He didn't understand it.
He didn't understand, and we hadn't done that, All right, y'all. Let's move on.
All year. They ain't done that all year. We have not seen that formation all year. We have never seen our cornerbacks totally on the island, totally with no help over top.
With all that space.
The whole middle of the field was open. Really,
he could have put a post. He could have did a slant on him, and then nothing he could do.
Nobody was in the middle of the field. It was open.
Y'all right. You're right.
Y'all right.
It was
but y'all right though.
It was defensive coordinator. He just had him in the wrong position.
Yeah.
That was it. All right, guys. Y'all good on that? Can we move on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Greg?
For now.
Come on, Greg.
Hey, I want to thank Greg said it. Also JR. Want to thank Stephen Wood for being with me on the panel tonight. And you're watching Sports Talk with B. Watts. We're calling this show The Fellas. The Fellas. So I want to thank all y'all who participated in the chat also. Well, I was going to do my players that I think had a good game, but we went an hour. We went an hour and 4 minutes on that one time. I like that kind of stuff, man. I like that. I got the right crew up, But I'm still going to talk about some players I thought had a good game. Like I said, I got 5, and at the end, I'm going to let y'all get y'all one player who do y'all thought had played a good game against Kansas State. Off the bat, I'm going to say Shadua. Even though Shadua caused some sacks on his name, I think he had a good game. He was 34 or 40, 388 yards, 3 TDs, and 1 interception. I think he had a good game. What you think, Mr. Woodley?
I agree. I don't have any problems with that. The only he played well. We could have just 2 things that I thought he could have done better, but he played well. So I would definitely add him on there. Yes, sir.
JR?
Yeah, I agree with you, man. Shador, I mean, the stats are the stats. They speak for themselves. 34-40, that's 85%. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a debate. I don't think. I mean, it's clear who played good. I think the production was there. I just think the strategy was off.
Okay.
Production was there.
I got you. Yeah, I agree with you on that. All right. My second player, I think, had a good game, even though he got injured. Omarion Miller. 8 catches, 145 yards. Talk to him, JR. Omarion Miller.
Again, I said it last night. Why is the young man out on the field? Look, all right, Coach Prime, you come to the presser and you say it's a toss-up between this guy, it could be this guy. Look, man, I ain't trying to hear that no more. Put him on the field. Unfortunately, we may not see him for the rest of the year, and that's very sad. And I hope you heal up real quick, Omarion Miller. But 8 catches for 145 yards, and he did that in 6 minutes, guys. Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Anybody who followed me throughout the whole offseason, I was the only person who said that Omarion Miller was the factor on this receiver room. Everybody was talking about Will Shepherd, this, that. I said, if Omarion Miller steps up, it's going to raise the whole room. Now, he kind of did it because they held him back. But you see what he did when he got in the game. Because if you consider him your 4th and 5th receiver and he producing like that, he going to push all them guys who are above him. You see what I'm saying? It's like tap rooting. So that's what he did with the minimum opportunities he had as far as getting the ball. He was on the field, but when he got the ball, most of the time he made a play. And that unfortunately he got hurt. So
he did a great job. Talented young man. What I like about him, when they go to him, he produced. When they go to him, he produced. So I can't knock O. O is a bad man, but the good thing about O ain't got nothing but the future, man. He got everything ahead of him. T.O. had these type of thing. T.O. played in the Super Bowl. So point being with this one here, I don't know how bad, O's is, but O is going to turn around next year. He's going to explode. He's going to explode. He's going to have a big season next year, and I look for the best for him. So keep your head up, O, and you're a winner, man. You're a winner. You ain't no number 5 receiver. Your mindset should be, I'm number 1, period. But when you come up next year, you show them why you number 1.
All right. Good take, y'all. Good take. All right. My third one is LeJohntay Webster. 5 catches, 58 yards, even though that number man, he find the end zone every game. He got 2 TDs. I think he has it. He stepped up in the game. Go ahead, Steve.
He's butter. He's butter because he on a roll. So all I'm gonna tell you is this one here when it comes to him. That young man, the only thing that I don't like is this. They don't scheme enough for him. You can do so much with him. You could do so much with him. Line them up tight together. You cannot guard them if you line them up tight together and they do those simple routes and crossing. It's impossible because he's gonna get lost. Awesome job. And one thing I like about him, he catches that ball. That man he catches that ball and he's a tough hombre. Good on that young man. He's a leader. So I love that about him. He's a leader in that wide receiver room, and he's doing a great job. So good on him.
Great.
I think he hit it on the head, his scheme. And they talked it up this summer like that's what it was going to be about. And maybe they'll get around to it, hopefully not too late, that they're going to make packages for depending on the strength. Even the defense said that. And when you look at LeJohntay, Shador even said he's starting to realize who's going to be open on what they really best at. And if you put LeJohntay at them kind of routes where he best at versus having him run them Jimmy type routes, see, LeJohntay routes, you notice, is short, he catch it, he quick. So by the time a linebacker or whoever try to get to him, that's a problem. He catch the ball and turn around so quick. You can't have LeJohntay running Jimmy routes. Jimmy don't do them kind of routes. Jimmy take the top off. And I think at some point when we had him come, we was confused, and maybe the staff was confused that LeJohntay was going to be the guy and Jimmy was identical, and they just be alternate type, but they really 2 different type of players. Like, like even when you look at LeJohntay on the punt returns and kickoff returns, he ain't really looking like how Jimmy looked when he get it. Jimmy go boom, boom, boom. So you really got to start identifying sooner than later what people's strengths are and put them there, and they'll dominate at that. But they won't be as good at the other stuff. And that's what I see.
That's a good point, though. Go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, man. Touchdown maker, man. He lightning within the bottle. More quick than fast. A leader in that room, man. Y'all done said it all, man. The young man is a touchdown maker. So he came to see you for this reason, to get into that end zone, because he didn't get to do that a lot at this last university. So he came here for that purpose. I want to get in the end zone. And that's what he's doing. 7 touchdowns. in 6 games. So, you know, if you look at that average, that's at least a touchdown a game right there. So he's playing his butt off. But yeah, lightning within the bottle, man. He playing really well. So I definitely agree with that one.
All right. All right, that's 3. I got my 4th pick on my list is the freshman, Jordan Seaton, on the offensive line. I think he's the glue on the offensive line so far. He holding his ground so far. I know every now and then he might get a pass rush on him or he might get a holding penalty, but still, as a freshman, to come in and play on the offensive line and block like he have and the expectation that everybody had from him, I think he held up good. Go ahead, Greg.
Yeah, I think he's slick while everybody watching everything else. Cause I didn't know his little pass, his blocking grades or what they were. He's slick having like people saying, an All-American season, and because they're not really watching him, watching everything else. But when you look at the stats after the game, like, dang, he did that good. Because you looking at overall the team penalties and stuff like that. Now, what I will say, it's a couple things that I've seen. I'm not getting. When it comes to holding, it's a simple thing you can teach your lineman to do. They don't have to hold. And I'm maybe I'm the only one that know this, but if a guy go by you, you don't have to panic and try to reach across him or pull him. Do you not know all you got to do is turn his shoulder?
Right, that push him on.
I don't know why people don't do that. If I get a cut on you and you panic because I went across your face, all you got to do is push through my outside shoulder. Guess what that's doing? I'm going this way. If you push through this outside shoulder, you're going to turn me. You don't have to beat me to that shoulder. You don't have to beat me to that shoulder. And see, they panic and they go to holding or they get beat. If you put all your strength through this shoulder, I can't go that way if you pushing through that shoulder. You're going to make me turn. I'm going to either have to do a 360 or I'm going to have to about face that way. I'm looking at certain stuff. Like I'm looking at stiff arms and I'm looking like everything ain't that deep. You don't have to get all these holding calls. Is that not a teaching strategy? I didn't play line and stuff like that, but I played when I was younger. And I'm just wondering, why are you not telling them if a man beats you, push through that closest shoulder, just drive through it. He gonna either go to the ground 90% of the time or he gonna spin all the way around versus trying to beat him to that point and holding him and all of that. But that just I've been really struggling with that because stuff like that can help the O-line, you know. But that's not a common thought. This is my thought. You know, this is mine.
Go ahead, Steve.
When it comes to Jordan Seaton, All-American, freshman All-American, no doubt about it. He's performed at a highest level. And I'm saying highest level because I'm taking him for where he's at. True freshman coming in and starting at left tackle. Next thing I'll say about Jordan Seaton, the best recruiting tool CU could ever have for a lineman. You can come to the University of Colorado as a true freshman and start and excel, and he's growing. You see growth. You see him growing. Those are things people say, oh, they don't teach him nothing at CU. Well, he's growing. He's growing pretty well. He's doing pretty well. He's high. He will be an All-American 3 years, and he's gone to the NFL. See you later. That's going to be him. But great, he's having a great season. I don't go on this is what I look at. If he's the best offensive lineman, and you got guys who've been offensive linemen 5-6 years on that line, 5-6 years, and he's the best, what does that say?
Got some more recruiting to do. That's what that say.
Go ahead, Dale.
Right, look, 5-star plus all around for a reason. I know a lot of people say stars don't matter. This don't matter. Look, any university across the nation, every university across the nation wanted this young man. Not an offer that he did not receive. There's levels to this. He at that level. So he coming in, he's staking his claim. He's easily the best offensive lineman we have seen. We ain't seen all of them, so we don't know who the best. But I'm just going to go out there and say it. He's the best one.
Right.
He is the leader in that offensive line room.
Yeah.
He may not be vocal, but his play shows his leadership capability on that offensive line. So you said it, Mr. Uncle Steve. Great recruiting tool. Great recruiting tool. You said it, Greg. He the anchor. He's anchor. They should be running the ball behind him They should be doing everything behind Jordan Seaton.
Right.
So
it seems like he's doing pretty good with Tyler Brown. I think they found a good match.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's the key.
So levels, definitely levels to it. 5-star plus for a reason. Levels to it. He's that guy.
All right. Go ahead, Greg.
What's that? We talked about Jordan, right?
Oh, you already said something?
Yeah, you already talked about it.
Okay, all right. My last one, then I'm gonna let y'all pick off me or somebody who I might have left off. The last one I got on my list, I think had a good game. I done gave you Shador, Omarion Miller, LeJounte West, Jordan C, and my number 5 pick, BJ Green. 2 sacks, always in the backfield, putting that pressure on that defense. Steven, go ahead.
BJ Green, he explodes. People say whatever they want to, but this game, he steps off on the film. You watch, you like, wow, he was popping. He was hitting. BJ Green was hitting and he was coming. He was coming. The only thing that was missing on that one was the fact that the scheme that KSU did was so smooth that it eliminated some things that he could have done as far as hitting that quarterback even sooner. But one thing I will say, he did an outstanding job. He got to the quarterback, and when he got to the quarterback and when he got to that running back, he hit him. That was the only person, one of the few people I saw when he hit that running back went down. And the rest of them, I can't say that. The running back, Levon, it looked like Le'Veon Bell back there, just dancing. He's doing the cha-cha. He's doing the cha-cha. But that's another story. So great job by Green, and I'll leave it at that.
Oh, boy, he's doing the cha-cha. Go ahead, Greg.
I mean, I think at the end of the day, I mean, like you say, he's getting more comfortable. He feel like he's getting better. I think that's what we expected from him, and we saw what he did with Lyman. And now it just got. I think at this point, what we were expecting this game, but definitely going forward, somebody else has to put it together on the same level with him. Because we supposed to remember we had these two-headed monster. It's supposed to be whoever need to be on the other side. Because I think when we started off, he wasn't a starter. We was like, why is he not starting? So if Hayes need to come back and go over there, or do we need to figure out between Okanola and McCoy or whoever, or Arden Walker, whoever going to be on that other side, we need to establish that. Because if you bring that kind of pressure to Arizona, they're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, so before you go, JR, what's going on with Taylor Hayes? Y'all, anybody know?
You know, people just get hurt, they be slow to return. Colorado slow walk people back off the field.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, go ahead, JR.
Yeah, I mean, well, BJ Green taking advantage of his opportunity, man. Greg said it. Look, started off the year, he wasn't starting. I'm sure he was itching to get on the field, show his ability, show his talent. So now that the opportunity presents itself, you know, they preach it all the time, earn your right to rush the quarterback. Or during those opportunities when they had, you know, pin their ears back and get after the quarterback, he did that. Played the well of a game. He was intense. And he taking advantage of his moment because he know, you know, that other guy rehabbing and he see it, you know, they all friends and they all see each other in the training room and stuff like that. He see him getting back. Look, man, I got to take advantage of my opportunity again because this is it for me. This is it. Coach Prime said, some of y'all got to take this serious because this is it. Real life going to slap you in the face when you leave here. So real life coming for him. And so he's taking advantage of the opportunity, putting out the best tape he can so he can, you know, I guess fulfill his dream of playing in the National Football League. But you need those opportunities in that. He's getting those now, and he's taking advantage of those opportunities. So I expect to see even more of it throughout the rest of the year.
Mike said Hayes is still on the roster for this week, but that doesn't mean much. All right. Appreciate the update, Mike. All right. Did I get everybody on that?
Yeah, I do have something to say, B. Watts. I'm not sure. We thought that the combination of Shadoze and Barnes was a good idea. I'm not sure that's the combination anymore. I know Buell was hurt, but I believe the game would have been totally different if we had Shadoze and Buell in there at the same time.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Barnes, he'd stand straight up and he can only go 1 or 2 plays. And if you got them both in at the same time, it ain't no rotation. So he obsolete. And I heard somebody was saying they wasn't even blocking Barnes some of the
They
time.
weren't. The skinny,
They knew he wasn't.
they watched the film. They watched the film and
They didn't block. They wasn't blocking. They left Barnes open. They left Shane Coates. Who else
Shane
playing
Coates
that?
open too.
Who it was one more that they didn't even block because they didn't think they were gonna follow the running ball, track
I
the
know it
running
was
back
McNeil.
down.
They blocked McNeil. They blocked McNeil.
Yeah,
but this is what I was gonna say for the sixth person, the block bully, because he was taking on 3 blocks.
Right.
People don't realize.
I seen the video on him. Go over there. I tell you what, he just texted me just then. Big Tiger. He said he want to come on with Greg. Greg, he said he want to come on with you tomorrow. He just said, look, go over there and look at his breakdown. Man, he giving it to you. He's showing it to you. Picture by picture. Block bully had 3 people blocking him. I don't forgot. It was another lineman they had beside him. I don't know the
McNeil
number.
was beside him, and sometimes you had McNeil, you had Barnes, and then you had
Yeah,
Coates beside
they
him.
twisted up in the second half. But okay, Greg, you through with that top? I'm trying to go move on. Do it. All right. I don't gave y'all my 5, so I'm gonna let each of y'all give. I might not cover everybody y'all thoughts, so I'm gonna let y'all give y'all thought on one person who you thought played a good game. I start with you, Steven.
I already said it, block bully.
He jumped the gun. Jumped the gun.
I jumped the gun, so I'm done. I said block bully because what people just look. Oh, they ran all over. They didn't run all over him. They used 3 people on that man, and he did his job. And I'm just disappointed that one of the linebackers didn't step in there and handle their business, because I watched it. I'm like, if the block bully got 3, why are you coming right behind him as a linebacker and the guy cutting through the other hole? I didn't get it. He is blocking up 3. What are we doing?
Right.
But I say block bully. He did a fantastic. To me, he will never get the credit that he deserves, but he did a fantastic job.
Go ahead, JR.
Man, Uncle Steven took my pick, but I had one in the chamber ready.
Okay.
DJ McKinney, man, as quiet as kept, DJ McKinney had a good game. He finished the game, I believe it was with 8 tackles. So he had 7 solo and 1 assisted. So he was second behind the Kyle Hill Green. He didn't give up the big play. It came close. He didn't give it up, but he did his thing. Quiet as kept. He did his thing. He took care of business out there on the field. So I'm gonna give a little love to DJ McKinney. That's mine. That's my pick.
Okay. Go ahead, Greg.
Are we talking defense? I mean,
it don't matter to anybody.
Honestly, I think we don't cover everybody. I think when you talked about your 7 players, because I think Hill Green had an average game. He had some good points, and then he had some bad. Bentley didn't have much at all. I don't think that Wester got enough opportunity. I mean, I think he really need to get some reps, because I know he did the same thing in Central Florida and got warmed up. But I would say that I think we hit everything, and I think that's the issue. That I think that's why there was a difference between all the other games leading up to this game was 7 point and below. Nobody scored more than 7 points. This game they scored 17, and I think it's because we didn't have enough guys to play a solid game, a consistent game. Our linebackers played a not a good game, because just like Ms. Woodland said, when you look at it, and B. Watts, I sent you a clip. Matter of fact, I sent everybody a clip in that thing.
Yeah, you did.
Because contrary to what a clown, because I'm gonna have the receipts, because the receipts is there, and that's what they were doing last year, and that's what I said all season. It wasn't nobody coming up to the second level per se. That's the issue. It's their ability to read. Like you say, you have no business running into the same hole with the D lineman or another linebacker. Y'all both some people. With Trevor Wood, they used to run the same hole, and it's like when you run into the hole that's already there and leave a hole that's uncovered there, the running back finds that seam, and it looked like nobody's at the second level. And you be like, well, Dawn, is all the linebackers on the first level? The linebackers should stay back, read, make that running back make a move, and attack from there. But if you just Stevie Wonder run into the hole, run into the back of your lineman, or just run into a lineman, run into the lineman, and then
I said the same thing, man. I don't
you run
understand.
to the lineman, play patty cake. That's what we call patty cake. Patty cake. Like we ain't got time to play patty cake. We playing football. I know he looked unoccupied. It's a reason why, right? So if you run out there and you run into the man, first of all, you should never engage that lineman unless he's coming to you. It's no point. Matter of fact, you can go around him. And I thought that's what Wester is good at. Wester, and you look at his film, he is good at making the lineman look like, why are you even out here? The ball is over here. I'm not going to go to you to get to the runner because the runner's over there. And that's what we see. They was engaging the lineman. And the running back was running through that. And then Shiloh got to come up and make a tackle over field. And he doing head, shoulders, knees, and toes out there. I mean, I'm saying on some of the plays. Some of the plays he tackled him. Some of the plays the guy bounced off of him. But I'm saying you're putting him in that situation where that guy can go left, right, spin around in a circle. He can do whatever he want to do because the hole is big. Because it shouldn't be no hole because one of them linebackers should be there, not both of them in the same hole with Shadozi. Shadozi don't took up. So that's what I think. I would say Shiloh, even though Shiloh had a tough game, but it looked like last year because you got to come up from 10, 15 yards back. The man got full steam at you. And he can go left, right. And that boy, the way y'all say he was Cupid shuffling, he is. He's doing that right now. And he just.
Hey, Greg. After Shiloh put that hit on back when he laid down, he see Shiloh. Oh man, he was jumping through that thing, boy. You heard that now saying, boy, that must be dead. Called jam. Don't hit him in the back like that.
But you notice he never tried to run over Shiloh except on that
side. No, he tried to get away from him.
Shiloh, no. Shiloh, Shiloh, that boy, he went finna hit that boy head on. But the thing was, he had so much feel. Why would he doing the opposite of what the linebackers was doing?
But they ain't have one linebacker in the game.
No, I'm saying he was running the ball like our linebacker should have been tackling. Why am I going to you when the ball is not there? The running back say, I got all this field. Why I'm acting like I got to run over you when I'm going to juke the mess out of you and leave you over there and I'm going to be over here. Mm-hmm. And so he was playing smart. He wasn't scared of Shiloh. It's that he had so much feel.
Right.
And then they were arm tackling him. They were reaching at him, and he just slide out the way. Like they had the cooties or something like that.
Hey, remember that song, Steve? You say, hey, when I move, you move. Just like that.
Yeah, like they had the cooties. Like he didn't even want to.
When I move, you move.
I kid you
just
not.
Like that. Hey, you know the dude that good, boy.
Hey. When you see the cartoon when they hug somebody and they end up hugging themselves, that's how they were tackling. They were like, they weren't even hitting him.
He's
I like,
NFL.
was your eyes open?
That's NFL talent there. That's NFL talent. That's a first round pick type talent. Right. That first round pick, I would pick him in the first round. Late first round, I'd pick him.
And he was bigger than what I thought too. I thought he was a slim dude. The dude was bigger than what I thought. Like the dude was kind of thick. I thought he was a slim dude.
I keep hearing everybody keep telling me, they were saying we were talking about it. Saying I think Ron said it was a defensive coach one day. Everybody kept texting me after the show. And George Healer, Coach Healer over there, the one none of that went on. Cause he the only one would have speaked up.
What Healer went there?
Nah, they say he went there.
Oh,
but that may be the difference.
They say he would have speaked up. They told me.
I told you about that, didn't I? I told you about
that. Okay, hey, hold on. Let me put this back. Coach Brian watch it now. I'm going by. Coach Hart don't come. People, we were talking about. I think Rob the man he made a statement saying, cause he said the same thing. That defense wouldn't have happened because it was a defense coach one day. I ain't gonna call no name. So when I went out the show, now I woke up that morning, I knew I always read my message and man, everybody kept saying, Coach Healer went there. He the only one who called him out. He ain't scared. He came up on the Nick Saban tree. I kept reading. Everybody was saying the same thing. And Steve always told me, somebody saying the same thing. Somebody ain't
lying. JR, you know what I'm about to say, right?
Oh, Steve, no, time out, man. Please don't sing.
No. JR. Okay.
What's up?
What kind of mindset does Hilo have?
A winner.
He a winner.
He refused to. We not gonna lose this game. Because he know if he been on Georgia, you know that one game can come back to hurt you. This one game, Colorado can run through the board, and Kansas State can ruin it for them.
Yep.
If they both run through the board, Kansas State can ruin it for Colorado. If you beat Kansas State, now you use Kansas State as your chess piece.
But
go ruin everybody else's season, Kansas State.
I said the same thing, Greg, but they told me they still got a chance, but they don't. You got two more teams undefeated in the conference.
B. Watts, I will say this. You need a couple coaches on your team. You don't need all of them because you can't have everybody run, but you need a couple coaches on your team that are able to say, hey, coach, this ain't right. We need to switch this person here out, and we need to you need a couple coaches like that, because it's certain times you need to have that mindset of we need to switch. And somebody needs to step up and say, hey, coach, we got to get this one out. We got to get this. If we're talking about winning, and I ain't going on no names. I'm just saying you got to switch out. So you need a couple of those. And I expect that we hopefully got some.
Okay. All right. I don't mean to hold y'all. I didn't mean to hold y'all this long, but I need to get this off. I don't make this thing out. Y'all gonna hang in tonight and answer these questions. JR, Steve, Greg. Hold on, Big Tiger. Big Tiger, I'll get back with you. I'll get back with you. All right, check this out. Let me see, rapid fire. No, I hold on on rapid fire later. Hey, let's talk about some upcoming games coming up. All right. Who y'all think gonna win? Just give me your answer and we'll move right on. All right. Just trying to switch it up. And at the end, we'll come back to see you. All right. At an hour and 30. Y'all give me 15 minutes. All right, JR. Who gonna win the Notre Dame and Georgia Tech game?
I got Georgia Tech, man. I got Georgia Tech. I just don't see Marcus Freeman getting over that hump. I think he's going in that same thing as Brian Kelly, right?
Right.
You lose the game you're not supposed to lose early in the year, and then when it gets to the point where you need to win the game, he don't win them. So I'm gonna go Georgia Tech.
Appreciate it. Greg?
Well, I went to a Georgia Tech game on the bye week, and my cousin, that starting linebacker, shout out number 7, Trinelius Tatum, out there. He's senior linebacker, and the defense is pretty good. Again, it's not like watching the CU game. You definitely can see like they don't have the offensive weapons and things like that. Defense is pretty decent. They have some decent offensive weapons, but it's not loaded like that. But if they play a pretty clean game, like they have the ability to do, hopefully they win. I want to see them win.
I'm gonna go Notre Dame. The reason I'm gonna say Notre Dame because that Leonard, man, you don't know he'll mess with. I'm going Notre Dame. I'll go Notre Dame. This will mean more to Notre Dame than Georgia Tech.
I think I got to go with Georgia Tech on that. All right. Okay. Steve, Georgia, Texas. Greg?
Texas. I think Georgia is kind of going to be exposed.
JR?
Yeah, Texas. Georgia's having a little trouble just getting out the gate. Seems like they get it going late, and I think Texas would be too far ahead.
Yeah, I got Texas too. All right. Steve, Alabama, Tennessee.
Alabama gonna put some pressure on Tennessee. Tennessee didn't show me nothing of that loss that they had. I was not happy with that. I thought that was a bad loss, but I'm doing Alabama.
Great.
They both in the same boat, so. But Alabama can't afford. That's what I'm gonna say. They miss
neither one of them for when you lose that one. That's it.
No, I ain't talking about schedule. I'm just talking about just that mental edge that they have. When they lost the Vandy and stuff like that, that they ain't gonna have that mental edge no more. So I would say Tennessee, but it won't be good.
Wow, JR?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Tennessee. Both teams struggled for the past 2 weeks to kind of be who they are. But I'm gonna go with Tennessee. I'm gonna play the numbers game. You got a top 10 defense in Tennessee. Offense when they're at home, they can put up some points, albeit they didn't really show that during Florida last week. But I'm gonna say Tennessee. Tennessee gonna get it done. Alabama got to go through them growing pains with Kalen DeBoer.
I'm going with Tennessee too. All right, Steve. UCF against Iowa State.
Iowa State.
Greg,
Yeah, UCF done. Iowa State.
JR.
Clean sweep, Iowa State.
Yeah, I'm going with them too, man.
Now,
Hey guys.
if they go and decide to just get a nice little burst before their flame go out, that would be great.
We definitely need it.
Hey, they I think they don't change quarterback. They using that quarterback that transferred from Florida.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Coach Ray said, "What's up, Coach Ray?" Iowa State. He said Iowa State. I believe. Yeah, I don't think Iowa State gonna lose the game. I think they're gonna be on. I just don't. When you look at their schedule, they don't play nobody. They don't play nobody. Hey, who won the trade? The Jets with Levante Adams or the Buffalo Bills with Cooper? Who won that trade?
The
Greg?
Buffalo. Who you going first? Who you want to go first?
Go ahead, Steve.
I would say the Buffalo Bills. What has happened with Aaron Rodgers and the Jets? You got issues with that team where the team feels like Aaron Rodgers fired that coach. So I don't care what they do when it pertains to that. And their offensive line ain't good at all, so they can have as much as they want to. Cooper ain't no joke. Cooper gonna really help that quarterback for Buffalo, and they can produce with Cooper. Cooper is the real deal. So I'm going with Cooper.
Go ahead, JR.
I'm gonna go with the Jets, man. Get the band back together, man. A-Rod and Devontae Adams, get them back together during a 7-year period. Most touchdowns in the NFL, 68 touchdowns in a 7-year period while they was rocking together in Green Bay. Get that band back together, and I'm gonna go with the Jets, Devontae Adams.
How many Super Bowls?
None, but
How many
Amari
playoff
Cooper
wins?
ain't win a Super Bowl either.
How many playoff wins? How many playoff wins?
I could think. That's my answer. I'm sticking to it. I'm leaving it at that. I got the Jets, man.
Hey.
In the worst division in football. Okay.
Go ahead, Greg.
I can't say nothing about the Jets. They got the heebie-jeebies. Something going on.
And the owner.
He said they got
Somebody got some booze
Yeah.
going on. They don't been having weird stuff for the last decade, really. It seemed like with quarterbacks and all, it's just weird. We may need to change cities.
The owner.
They might need to move a couple towns over and just get out whatever city they in. What city they in? But what they play out of?
They play in New Jersey.
New Jersey. I was New Jersey.
Well, they might need to go to Bronx or something.
They can't get there.
The Giants, where the Giants at?
New York.
Same stadium.
Yeah, they're in rough.
But they all play in New Jersey?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
They
might need to both get out of one of them need to get out of New Jersey.
Ain't no space to build a stadium up there.
All right, guys. I'm trying to get y'all out of here. All right, we finish shoot this thing rapid fire. Ain't no right or wrong answer. Just give me the best answer you got, and we're gonna move through it quickly. All right. JR, start me off. Who was the best quarterback in the college championship game between Cam Newton or Vince Young?
Oh man. I know a lot of people gonna eat me up in the comments, but look, man, I'm from Texas, man, so I gotta go with my boy VY. Ironically, we grew up in that same neighborhood, man. Hiram Clark, Houston, Texas, man. Hold it down. All my boys out there that I grew up with. So Vince Young, man, he went to James Madison High School. I went to Jesse Jones High School. He was 2 years ahead of me. Vince Young, man. That Rose Bowl with that confetti coming down, that's Vince Young, man.
Go ahead, Steve.
I'm going Vince Young because of the competition that he played. That to win the game that he won against USC, Vince Young was spectacular. So I'll go Vince.
Greg?
We know it's gonna be Cam Newton. He carried the whole team. Can you name who he had on his team?
I sure can. His defense.
I'm with you, Greg. Cam Newton was the best quarterback ever played in a championship game.
They became known playing with him, but it's like it wasn't no Texas built team. What would they have done without Cam? He pretty much carried that team. So,
but he didn't beat the USC. USC whole team was in the NFL. Vince Young be the NFL team. So he did it. So I'm just
I'm
saying.
sure
I'm
Texas
with you,
had
Greg. I'm with you. And that's my opinion. I'm going to stand on it. Cam Newton was that boy. He's that dog.
I'm sure Texas
Dog
was
the
full of
ball.
NFL players too.
No. I said the team that he beat. I didn't go what he had. I
Hey,
just
everybody, hey. I mean, ain't no right or wrong answer, fellas. Ain't no right or wrong answer. That's just
ain't
your
no right or
opinion.
wrong. You can
Yeah,
give it whoever you want to. I don't care.
yeah.
They
All
both
right,
got
check this
championships.
out, JR. Here we go. The best safety in the NFL, Ed Reed or Sean Taylor?
Oh man, that's tough. Man, two Miami guys too, man. Oh God. I'm gonna go Ed Reed. The body of work, man. Unfortunately, Sean Taylor life got cut short.
Right.
Hell of a player, but I'm gonna go Ed Reed, man. The longevity, the body of work that he put in, Ed Reed. That's my pick.
Go ahead, Steve.
If you go longevity, Ed Reed, but if you're going on, hey, if I need somebody for one game or whatever the case, I'm going Sean Taylor. Because Sean Taylor dictated you wasn't going across the middle, you wasn't going close to him, and if you did, you can get the hearse. Because he was gonna put you when you hit somebody the way Sean Taylor did in the Pro Bowl, it changed the game. They had to come tell that man, dog, this the Pro Bowl. We don't hit like that. Sean Taylor said, you got a uniform on, we gonna hit. So I'm going Sean Taylor.
Go ahead, Greg.
Yeah, I think Sean Taylor, different type of build, different type of player. But I would go Ed Reed. Ed Reed, not a big dude, but he played big. You know, you look at him, he's not that big. Sean Taylor was kind of built like a running back. So Ed Reed, I don't know, he just had to be just really, really smart to have that kind of longevity for his size and his production. Right. So
yeah,
I get that.
Yeah. You're right. Hey, who you think had the best college career at running back? USC, Marcus Allen, or Pittsburgh, Tony Dorsett? Go ahead, Steve.
I'm gonna go old school. Tony D.
That was a bad dude, boy.
That was a bad.
That
People don't know
took
about
that
Big
football,
Bird.
boy.
People don't know about touchdown TD.
Get that, T. Go ahead, JR.
Look, man, I'm showing my age, man. I ain't see them guys play, so shoot. I'm just gonna say based off the name that I know, Marcus Allen.
Okay, go ahead, Greg.
I know just enough to know I'll just go with Dorsey.
Y'all didn't never see Tony Dorsett tote that thing.
Highlights.
Bad boy, him and
highlights with the film go like this.
I'm in the fidgets, but so hey, that boy used to tote that thing, y'all. They could never hit him. They could never get no good hit on him, man. All right, check this out. All right, stay in the running back room. USC, going with you, Steve. Reggie Bush or Penn State, Saquon Barkley.
Oh, Reggie Bush, without a doubt. I thought you were gonna say Marshall Faulk or something, but Reggie Bush, without a doubt. Reggie was real.
Okay, go ahead, Jeff.
Now you talking about my era right there. Reggie Bush, man. Reggie. Everybody was wearing 5 for a while because of Reggie Bush. Everybody had that eye black with their area code under that eye because of Reggie Bush. Reggie Bush, man.
Great.
Man, that was that Reggie Bush that supposed to beat Vince Young. Reggie Bush.
Okay. All right. Let me see. Best quarterback in college. Virginia Tech, Michael Vick. Louisville, Lamar Jackson.
Mike Vick, man. Mike Vick was the real deal. Mike Vick was a game changer. So I'm going Mike Vick, man. Wasn't nothing like Mike Vick.
I'm talking about in college now. Not NFL.
I'm talking about at Virginia Tech. When he went on Florida, go watch that game against Florida State. You won't watch nothing else. He showed out.
Okay. Come on, JR.
I'm gonna go LJ, man. Go Lamar Jackson, man. Well, I had opportunity to see Mike Vick, play, but LJ, man, he was, LJ, Lamar Jackson. That's my pick.
Go ahead, Greg.
It's no Lamar without Vick. Michael Vick was the originator, so I would give Michael Vick the college, and I give
Lamar Pro.
Lamar what he doing in the pros.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, I go with that. All right, come on, Steve. Come on. I got 5 more. Y'all come on with me. All right. Colorado, Cordell Thomas. Alcorn State, Steve McNeil.
I'm from Mississippi, baby. Ain't nothing like Air McNair. You ain't Cordell Stewart couldn't touch Air McNair. And we also had somebody you don't know about, Willie Satellite Totten, that could put that ball up too. So Steve McNair,
Who? Who?
Willie Satellite Totten, Mississippi Valley State. Look, he threw to Jerry Rice. You better ask somebody.
Okay,
You
I
better
got to
ask
do
somebody
research
the
on that
numbers
one.
he put
I
up.
got to do research on that. Okay, come on, JR.
I'm gonna go Air McNair, man. Look, I got a chance to meet Air McNair when I was a young pup, man. Down at a barbecue joint in Houston, Texas, man. He came in and the man bought me a barbecue plate, man. I was in there with my mom. Came in, just showed love. He was a frequent visitor of that place, man. He's a special talent. Air McNair, man.
Rick?
Yeah, I know enough to say Air McNair.
Okay. Come on with me, Steve. Florida, best football player in the state of Florida. Percy Harvey, Peter Ward.
He got to go. Yeah, everybody, that person hard, and everybody talk about that man. They legend down there. So I'm gonna go with Percy. I'm gonna go on Mercy. Give me Percy.
Talk to him, JR.
Oh man, Percy was a bad boy, but I'm gonna go Peter Ward, man. Peter Ward, he had a run, an unbelievable run down there at Florida
He
State,
did.
man. So I'm
He
gonna
did.
go Peter Ward. Peter Ward.
Great.
I just have to go with Percy in his era. Like I said, they say he was squatting like 1,000 pounds, and he was like 190.
Yeah, he was unreal. His number was unreal.
Yeah,
Oh,
He
really?
was like
he had some
500 and weird stuff like that. So I his
Okay.
era.
Start me out, JR. So this ain't your best boxer. Marvin Hagler, Thomas Hitman Hearn.
Oh man, look, I never got to see him. I watched some highlights because I'm a boxing enthusiast. Junior Golden Gloves, things like that. So boxing is my passion. Marvin Hagler, man.
Hey,
Marvin
that's
Hagler,
deep.
heavy-handed guy. Marvin Hagler, all day long.
Yep. Come on, Steve. Talk to me.
Now I know about this area here, homeboy.
All right.
They called him the marvelous one. He got so pissed off that they stole that fight from him. He beat the brakes off Sugar Ray Leonard, and he went straight to the Philippines. Say, I'm tired of y'all chumps. I'm going to the Philippines. The marvelous Marvin Hagler, partner, when he got in
That
that
bad
ring,
boy
that
had a
bald
jam
head,
about this rule, boy.
hey,
Yep.
he beat the brakes off you. He beat the brakes off. So the marvelous one, Marvin
What you
Hagler.
think, Greg? What you think? Get me out of here.
I don't know names. I go with Hitman.
You don't know that. God, dog, man. All right, guys. Tell them this. Who's the GOAT? Michael Jordan or LeBron James? Talk to me, Steve.
If I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna pick LeBron James, and this reason I'm going LeBron James. His humanity. I'm going as a whole person concept. You just gonna go basketball, but if
I'm
you go,
basketball.
even if you go basketball, he's the leading scorer. He's the most points in the NBA. When it comes to that, he's gonna be in the top 5 in almost every category of records you got in the NBA. He's there. And then the next thing for LeBron James, I would say this one here. He's playing at a higher level than what Michael Jordan was at the tail end of Michael Jordan's career. He's playing at even a higher level than that. And the next thing I'm gonna add is this one here, and I'll leave it alone. LeBron James plays more than one position. LeBron James is a scorer and he passes the ball. All Michael Jordan did was score. And he had Scottie Pippen do all the hard work. So I'm going LBJ.
Talk to me, JR.
Look, got to see Michael Jordan, growing up a little bit, starting to understand basketball, things like that. But I grew up in that LeBron James era. But what I will say, my reason for picking Michael Jordan is because of the mindset. We talked about that earlier in the show. The mindset, that killer mindset. Jordan had it. Regardless of what people thought about him, regardless of how they say, LeBron James is a philanthropist and everything else in between. But when we on that court, that mindset that Michael Jordan had grew the game of basketball like no other. And you had guys like LeBron James following after him. So I'm going to go Michael Jordan.
All right, close me out, Greg.
I ain't too big on none of them like that. I'm not basketball, but it's the same situation you seen with Michael Vick. Like at the end of the day, you can't say much about the person come behind us. They really do something really, really extravagant, but they really standing on the shoulders of the other person. So I'll say that the machine, the model, the platform that LeBron had was built on however they structured for Michael Jordan. It was built. How the game is played differently now, and the marketing and the branding, and he was the prototype. So, and I think the same thing for Kobe Bryant. I think that he was the prototype for those boys. So it's kind of hard to say, oh, they better, because they kind of was like built on what he already built on, or what was built on for him. Whoever built it, that's what he built on. So that's what I say.
All right. Oh, my battery finna go out, boy. I had to go and change scenery, boy. I had to go change seat. What my charge at, boy? Y'all kept me on here 2 hours, boy. But hey, man, like I said, I enjoyed y'all. But hey, all right, we getting ready to play Arizona, right? So what's y'all expectation of see you going to Arizona? And it's gonna be in the daytime, Greg. So we'll let you start it off, Greg. Greg said it.
I guess we're gonna see those daytime buffs. Daytime buffs gonna be there. They're gonna look like they moving faster. They're gonna look like they better friends, and they watch more film together. It's gonna look like all that. They're gonna probably respond quicker, probably come out a little more sharper, and it's gonna look different and we're gonna find all these other wonderful things to say. We're gonna say that they got that last whooping, that last loss woke them up, but really it's just the sunlight. The sunlight is gonna wake them up. Whatever
I knew it was coming.
David, I let him win first. Hey, that's why I let him win first, man.
That's my spin.
Well, you so damn, boy. That's my dog right there. I don't care what nobody say, boy. Go ahead, finish, bro. I ain't finna cut you off.
That's it.
All right, let Steve go, lad. Come on, JR. I know what Steve probably gonna say.
Man, like I said last night, it's gonna be a shootout. I don't think Arizona gonna come in and lay down, because they got their butts whooped by BYU last week. Same, and we lost a close one to Kansas State. So I think it's gonna be a shootout. But CU gonna pull it out. They're gonna go, and they're gonna show some different stuff, and they're gonna make us proud, man. It's gonna be CU in a shootout, though. CU in a shootout.
In a shootout?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a shootout.
Wow, boy, that means the defense ain't gonna show up on the road.
I'm gonna say this: Arizona top 25 quarterback. I want to say Noah Fafita. He like number 21 in the nation. They got a top 5 receiver, number 3. I mean,
quarterback, man, he battling with that ball. Well, they gonna pick him out twice, JR.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he didn't show up to Kansas State or BYU.
He didn't show up to about 3 of them games. He didn't show up.
He didn't show up. He was not there.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, JR.
It's gonna be something. It seemed like everybody's Super Bowl is against CU.
It's them go routes. It's them go routes he gonna be throwing on them.
Best performance when they come in to see you, because it's Super Bowl time. They know it's lights, camera, action.
If he can go route Hodge and McKinney, then that's gonna work. If we gonna let them go route us with Big McMillan, then that's what it'll be, a shootout.
So how did he perform last year before I go to Steve against Travis?
He put up numbers.
He didn't get it on Travis. He got it on the other DB. Travis only covered him a little bit last time.
He got 100 plus.
But it wasn't all on. Most of it was on another DB. Travis wasn't on the whole game.
They ran the ball down our throat last year. We won the whole game except the last 1 minute 30 seconds of that game.
Like Kansas State.
Yeah, I'm just saying, no, that's different. CU was in the lead the entire game. in Arizona. If you go back and look at it, except the last minute and 20 seconds of that game. They
couldn't stop the run.
Yeah,
Yep.
they couldn't stop the run. They ran it down their throat.
They had the ball for the last 7 minutes.
Yeah, ran it down their
field
throat.
goal in the last second.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But they were on the 1 yard line. They were on the 1 or 3 yard line. They could have ran it in. They just kicked the field goal, go from there. So yeah, they were running down their throat. They want to run the clock out. They didn't even want to get no time. But this is what I'm saying. If it's my time, this is what I look forward to. I want to see baby boy sitting on the couch, and he running his mouth, and he telling him, you coming in here, and you think you're gonna just change everything and run me out, and then that big joker just quietly walk over there, and he grab him. And he grabbed him by the throat. And he said, "Oh, I got you now. Now, feed is moving. Feed are moving." He said, "No, calm down, boy. Call your mama. Don't
Call your mama.
I got you now. Lick him upside the head. Oh, I got you. See, now we will fix a little. Hey, he told we'll fix somebody like you if you was up in that prison. Now, that's what I mean. That's what I expect.
Hey, Steve, what do you say? Call your mama, boy.
Call your mama, boy. Mama.
Who is that? Is that BJ
Call
Green?
your mama.
Is that BJ Green you describing? Who is that?
That's
What's up, Tyree? What's up, Tyree? Make it. Hey, now when I move, you damn move, all right, boy? Now call your mama.
Slap him upside the head. I expect CU to come out with a purpose, with a dominant mindset to say we're going to show the world that this is what CU football is about. I expect to see it. And I guarantee you, on the offensive side, I'm going to guarantee you on this one, Schumer going to have a game plan, because if he don't, Coach Prime, you better get you some Ray Charles. Now, baby,
Greg said, "Duke is
Pat can go back a long time. Now, Pat, can go back a long time. And Pat, if you ain't gonna call the offense right, you got to go. Then you got to get somebody else in here. Chris, I got to go. Get somebody here. That's what we expect.
Hey, what he say? He said, "Don't go."
Now you're laying up and sleeping with him, and you're laying pipe over here, and
Ray, don't go. Ray, don't go. Ray, Pat, don't go. Greg, hey, Greg. Any way we can put that quarterback on his skate and make him do the shuffle?
Yeah.
I don't know if Buell come back, we get Barnes out of there. You know what I'm saying?
Don't say that. That's his boy.
Hey, boy, he's trying to get off now. I know it's time to go now.
Barnes is good for one play, like Coach Prime said. You can't put him out there for 3. You put him out there for that one play. Say, go get him, Barnes. Then you get him out. Get him on out. Take him down. Come on.
So y'all really don't think that but you crazy, Steve. Hey, you right. Hey, you read up Steve Alley when you said that. But look, y'all really don't think our defense can go on the road. And anytime you can take a defense on the road, JR, you both be able to win a game.
But this was, it's gonna be really sunny. They're going down there with Arizona. It's gonna be warm. It's gonna be sunny, and you know how they play in the sun and when it's warm. So at the end of the day, we're gonna see daytime CU, and that's what we're gonna see. The defense y'all want to see gonna be down there. The offense you want to see gonna be down there. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be like they're back. Sunny CU, sunny side.
Sunny side.
Look, I say it all the time. Defense is supposed to travel, man. Defense
travel. Dude, your defense supposed to travel with you on the road, bro.
I'm hopeful that the defense travel. I'm hopeful that the defense show up. Lord knows they're probably getting their butt kicked up and down the practice field out there in Boulder. So the defense got to travel. They got to show up.
Is Hilo back?
They say he was in the box. So maybe he.
Yeah, there's somebody that said in the box in the chat. Well, so I don't know. I know I got 5 emails saying that he wasn't there.
Well,
so I don't know.
Okay.
I had to ask Raw. Raw know if you there or not. But
as long as they practicing at the same time they playing. I mean, as long as they practicing, like in the elements. Neely said that Will Shepherd dropped that ball because he said he lost it in the lights. You can go figure.
Lord have mercy.
I mean, he did say that. Even he said I couldn't see
when he
him.
got up, he like Stevie Wonder. He was like, well, you notice when he dropped that ball, he immediately got up and started doing like
that. Boy, you crazy.
You can't practice with the
man.
lights when it's sun is out. You don't usually cut the lights on. But when you practice in them lights, you get used to stuff like that. So it's like
different.
It's different. It's like when the sky dark, like that's like the screen behind JR, when the sky blue. You know what I'm saying? The ball look different. A brown ball look different in a light blue sky and in a black sky. Everything is different. So
I agree with you on that. I'm with you on that, Greg. I ain't gonna leave you out there hanging. But if Shiloh don't play good this time, you think they'll put Stoudemire there?
Shiloh probably break somebody's shoulder pads. Shiloh, he gonna be a crash dummy.
Let's just do your job. I could care less about crash dummy. Now, do your job. If you do your job, the defense is gonna excel. All Stoudemire did his job. They don't need to come out here with no gang, CEO head gang or nothing. Do your job and keep moving. If you do that, the defense is gonna be well.
Yeah,
his job only job was to tackle. So
I think he's gonna come back, Greg. Hey, I think he's gonna come back with this a redemption tour, man.
That's what I'm saying. I gave it to us. He gonna break somebody's
This a redemption tour.
Come on,
Shiloh that's my dog. I know Shiloh gonna step up.
You gotta think about it. He wasn't getting a lot of passes caught on him. He was just missing a lot of tackles.
Greg, the man said he didn't got more lashes than Jesus. Come on now.
That's why I said he's gonna break somebody. It's either him. He gonna break somebody off this week because I don't think he ever been in the butt of this many jokes in his life.
Bruh, they have been relentless on this dude.
I mean, he probably got memes and everything out there.
Bruh,
they got him out there on his knees like he praying.
Yeah, look, hey, it's different. It's different for Shiloh this week, man, because even the CU aunties was turning their back on Shiloh.
Hey, he gonna come back with a 50, y'all. That's my dog. Y'all can't drag him to the mud.
He gonna knock somebody's helmet off for fun.
So he coming back.
He might knock his own self out this week.
I think he's gonna come back, man. I think he's gonna come back. But yeah, I'm looking for him. I think both of them gonna play. Cause that Preston Hard that thing ain't sold me yet, y'all.
Let's put Preston Hood out there on them. If Travis out, Preston Hood, not Preston Hood. Colton Hood supposed to be.
That's who I would like to have out there.
But that's who's supposed to back up Travis. I don't know why they bumped him out and put Hodge out there.
I don't know either, man.
Hood is way faster than Hodge.
Yeah, I know.
He sure is. He sure is fast.
It won't happen again, I tell you that.
I didn't hear you, Steve. What you say?
No, I was just saying his speed, him and
that man would have outran Hood.
Yep, he's
Hood
very
probably would
fast.
have picked it off. He probably would have had his second pick.
Oh, he would have fight for it. He got a 15-yard penalty. He got a 15-yard penalty.
Now that's true. Worst case scenario, he would have got a 15-yard penalty.
Ain't no way to worry. He would let that man call him on.
But
that's the only thing I will say about
Hodge got the penalty too. He was just a step or two behind him.
But Hodge, that's another thing, and I'll leave it alone. They called that a pass interference, but the ball was draped over Shepherd, and it wasn't a pass interference. I don't get it.
Shepherd. The boy that hit Shepherd, he did what they said Hodge did. He said, I'm gonna make sure you don't catch this ball. I get the pass interference. And when him and his homeboy got up, they were looking for the flag more to see you. They didn't even celebrate. They were like,
but you all know they weren't gonna throw that flag. Don't referee ready to go too.
But they tackled Draylon Miller too. Draylon Miller whole arm was pulled behind his head trying to catch the ball with one hand.
I'll tell you, man. If you go watch Big Tiger, I think it was yesterday's show. A little 15-minute show he put together. Man, you could see all the holding that they were doing on CU on the offensive line. Man, they damn near hung him like Jesus. They did Jesus Christ. Block bully.
Yeah, they got
I'm serious, man. I said, dog.
That's something that's being taught, man. They teaching that kind of stuff because they know what you can get away with And that's what I said, man. That's what comes with gamesmanship. And I think that's something that the Colorado staff got to get better at.
Be wise.
Gamesmanship.
What I tell you, how you stop somebody from holding?
Come down like BJ. They told BJ Green to do.
If they got their hands on you and you come down on their wrist like this,
Yeah.
either you gonna break their wrist or they finna let go.
They're gonna let it go.
Yeah, you so said that, Greg. You so said.
Anybody don't believe me, let me do it to you.
But I will say this here. CU ain't in the ACC because the Miami Hurricanes then was gifted 2 games. So 2 games that were lost.
At least 2.
They were gifted 2 games.
Right.
And I mean the worst calls I've seen. I'm talking about game-ending calls. I ain't saying no first, second quarter game-ending calls that didn't happen. I'm like,
right.
You know what? They gifted Kansas State because that penalty they had went through, and we still had a minute. That was first down. We still had a few more plays to run. Either we was gonna score or we was gonna go get that field goal and go to overtime.
But they didn't give now with that one. I'm not gonna agree with you on that one, and this is the reason why. We too busy trying to look for home runs instead of 5-piecing all the way down. You had 2 minutes. If we had a 5-piece down there instead of trying to go deep on all those plays, you would have got down that field. And worst case scenario, we'd have tied the game up and went into overtime. We too busy trying to get home runs. We like the New York Yankees. We look for home runs on every play instead of base hits and then hit your home run.
I'm gonna tell you a secret. Shador had nowhere to go with that ball but that play on that play.
Oh, yeah.
But
No.
You shouldn't have
Watch out, coming across the middle.
Yeah, but he ran the doggone route. Both of the other receivers ran the ball short of the sticks.
No, they did.
Nobody went beyond the sticks.
10 was past
no,
yellow
what's
line.
the name?
10 was way past. Wester was past that yard line.
Wester was past the 6.
What did he line up
was past.
What did he line up on the left side? Cause I saw somebody. I know it was Draylon. He ran the out route.
He was in the slot. He was in the slot.
He was in the slot coming over the middle.
And I
will say, I'll say this. Look, it was 4th and 6. We needed them 6 yards.
He could have ran.
Timeout in our pocket.
Yep.
If anything, you go out there, you line up the offense, you see what their defensive formation gonna look like. Call a doggone timeout. All right, Pat, what's the best play?
Wheel up a play.
Put the best situation to get 7 yards.
I'd rather see Will Shepherd run a slant than a go route anyway.
Absolutely. But his speed, I don't know what it is. You need to bunch them together. When you have to bunch them together, man.
The bunch was working the whole game, just like the wheel route was working on us the whole game.
But the problem I have is their mindset. New England was losing 28-3 in the Super Bowl. 3rd quarter, time running out. They still ran the ball. See, you just think, I don't know what planet they're on. You can't run the ball yes, you can. That's the time you want to run. The problem you have is when you get to the line of scrimmage, you want your quarterback to read every play up at the line of scrimmage. You're taking too long at the line of scrimmage trying, I see this, and run your play. You call your play, run it. And keep it moving and get rid of the ball.
Yeah. I ain't no woulda, coulda, shoulda guy, but you know who would have been open on that play that was in the game. They would have
Travis
because they all ran the wrong route, really. That middle of the field was wide open. Nobody really went to the middle.
One extra.
He would have found the hole in that defense.
Right. He would. He good for that.
It was open. The middle of the field was
wide open.
But you can't get offside penalties either. You can't get illegal procedure penalties either. I'm like, come on, folks.
Oh, yeah.
When the game, you can't.
Don't go back through it. Don't go back. Don't suffer through that pain. Don't go back through it.
He going through withdrawal over there.
I'm like, Greg, the game just wasn't important to them, man. To me, it just wasn't important. They start with the coaches. It started with the coaches, like y'all said. Like y'all just said, if I was the offense coach, I would have called a timeout to make sure I get this first down.
Yep. I got a question and I'm going to end it there. I was in Colorado for 3 years and I be watching these videos lately. They be showing a lot of bunnies there now. Could it be that possibility that these guys' mind is all?
Hey, I can't do it, Greg. Hey, That was it was a bunny who told Greg to sit down.
No, that was an old bunny. That was an old bunny. That bunny was old. Let me tell you something.
Hey.
Hey, I'm gonna say something crazy.
Hey.
And we're gonna blame it on Milton Woodley. Hey, no, I didn't see a lot of bunnies. I think it was some bunnies there. It was some bunnies there. But I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna say something that's a little sobering though. I'm gonna say something a little sobering, and I wasn't gonna say this, but hey,
You always ain't gonna say something.
I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say something. It's not gonna be funny. It might be to y'all. It might not be. But on the real tip, like I saw a lot of 7 foot, almost 7 foot guys that they dress like bunnies. All right. So what I'm saying is,
what the fuck? Hey, not this show, bro.
That's what I'm saying. So I ain't gonna go too deep on what I'm saying. But there was a lot of that. So what I'm saying is, on the real tip,
Greg, where are you going?
I know you can stop it right there.
I was stopping that. On the real tip. Okay, y'all going up there. Y'all know who going up there.
No wonder you told me today you ain't going back.
Okay, so what I'm saying is that y'all catch what I'm saying. So
yeah, you ain't gonna say no more.
Don't say no more.
What I'm saying is, I feel like it's a demasculinizing type situation going on. I don't know what it was like in the 90s, but the city, the environment, I ain't gotta say what all that. It's different. It's like the modern day something else. So I feel like
that's okay.
Like
I got you.
Like, you gonna have that. You know what I'm saying? Like that energy, that gladiator football. I'm like, how you gonna build something? It's very soft up there. And the crowd was very soft.
Okay.
The city was very
soft. Okay, that was beautiful.
Hey, well, I've been on here for 2 hours and 15 minutes. Boy, I don't got all kind of calls and text messages. But don't forget to tune in, chat tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Greg said it. I hope he don't start off like he finished. Or do I'm about to drop the link again and tell Steve and JR come and help me out?
No did it.
No did it. But hey, man. No, Greg. No. Do it on your show, Greg. Do it on your show.
What I do?
Do it on your show.
Y'all said did it. All I know is did it have a good time.
Hey, oh man. Hey, I want to thank y'all. I thank everybody. I appreciate my sponsor tonight. I appreciate Stephen Woodland, JR Boxing, Greg said it for being my guest. Hey, this is the fellas show. Might try to do it once a month for y'all if they got the time and available to do it. But I know I got Coach Dre on the next Wednesday, every other Wednesday. So this Wednesday, I decided to do something special, something out of the ordinary. I didn't have nothing to do. So appreciate y'all for joining us tonight. Appreciate y'all for joining me tonight, Greg and Steven and Jay. I'm trying not to laugh, man. I'm trying to get out the show, but Greg, well, that's guy.
I ain't fooling with it.
Hey. This ain't late night with Shannon Sharp and goddamn Ocho, man. We ain't doing that over here, man. We ain't just gonna talk about everything, man. What up? Hey, I called this dude today, man. You know, me and Greg talk every day since we've been doing this through the phone, text. I said, we were talking, man. I said, you going back? I said, you going to the game next? He said, man, I ain't never going back. I'm going to Georgia Tech game.
That whole city. I'm walking around. I'm like, why am I walking around the whole block? I don't walk the whole city, man. And I felt that thing out. And I got in the stadium. And I started looking around. I'm like, I see what's going on around here.
Oh man.
How you got a sold out game and you can hear the players talking on the sideline? Yeah, so what we need to do, and I'm at the top of the stadium. I'm up there. I'm like BY. I'm up at the top of the stadium watching the game in the dark. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the nosebleed. And I'm like, kid you not. And I'm sitting here like, why is it so quiet?
That's what I heard.
I mean, you in the seat right there.
But Steve told you why. Yesterday. He said it's a different
He said
economic.
They bougie up there.
It's a different
Yeah.
economics.
Money got
It's a
them
different
Yeah.
economics.
It did economics.
But
Hey man, hey y'all.
you got Greg tomorrow.
but
If you have a show,
look, Craig, man, don't turn no lights out, bro. Don't do that, bro. Don't do that. Look, Steve told you why.
What's all going up there? Take that.
Hey man, oh boy, y'all can do some of this joker, boy. I'll tell you, man. But yeah, Steve told you why, though, dog. He said they different economic up there, man.
Mm-hmm.
money do that to you, homeboy. When you got money, we don't. Hey, buddy, could you tell that young man right there to sit down? We don't do that here. This is this is
Then that young man
bogus.
say, "Don't call me that."
Exactly. Hey, buddy.
Hey, Bob go, man. JR, appreciate y'all, man.
Here.
Y'all go, boy. I'll go. Hey, cool job.
What's wrong with you?
Watch sports stuff with We Watch Entertainment. I'm your host, Bernard Walker.
We said